Good evening, everybody. Hey, Rural. What's up? Little lone prepper. Josh, good to see you. I actually remember to turn my phone off, the volume. Shocking. Good to see everybody this evening. There is a link pinned if anybody wants to come up and chat. We'll wait a little bit till everybody gets in here. So, how's everybody's weekend been? Prepared for? Good to see you. I worked an extra day because that's what I did for my preps this weekend. Because financial prepping is just as important as anything else. Maggie, always good to see you. Chewy is on the lookout, guarding the neighborhood, right? Yeah, there's nothing out there, is there? No, okay, I didn't think so. So we'll give it a few minutes. Been an exciting week, huh? Okay, that's nothing. Now we got two straights closed, or at least one closed and one partially closed. Parkside, good to see you. You guys hear me okay? We 5x5. Watchman, good to see you. Yep, I seen that. Skelly's report comes out tomorrow, Maggie. It's actually uploading right now. It's not quite all the way uploaded yet. I just got done. Oh, thanks, Parkside. I've been talking. I didn't know if anybody could hear me or not. There we go. Dana, good to see you. L-Dog, good to see you. Dana saying hi to everybody as usual. But yeah, the Skelly report it comes out Sunday mornings at 9:30, so it'll be out. Maybe you didn't want to miss it. Okay, yeah, it's like I said, it's uploading right now. What did Watchman say? Word is Russia's going to get involved. I hope not, but I'm hoping they kind of got their hands full with what they're doing right now. Steel and Tree, good to see you. Everybody saying hi to each other. So what else been going on? Well, the whole world's on fire. Literally, it seems like. Of course, we still got Canada on fire. And I've seen France and Germany now have big fires going on. They had to evacuate 2,500 people. Or 25,000, I don't remember how many it was. I think it said 2,500. Because they got a big wildfire going. Just one thing after another. Every time we blink, they're throwing something else at us. Of course, I have coffee. Yep, they got fires out west. Oh, that sucks, Eric. Glad you got it worked out. CSE drivers, good to see you. Welcome in. So yeah, hasn't been a boring week. How many we got in? Oh, we got all kinds of people in here now. Okay, so I pinned the link to wherever it goes now. I guess it goes to the bottom now. If anybody wants to come up and talk about, hey, whatever. Talk about whatever kind of prepping things or world events or what else is going on. Anything that can happen is happening. Yep, that's about the size of it. North Korea is giving Russia more troops. Yeah, I like what Chance said, that it's Schrodinger straight. If you don't look, you don't know if it's open or closed. Chewy. Reba, What are you doing? I had a busy weekend. I worked an extra day. I took Reba to the groomers. It was time. Yeah, I don't think anybody's happy about the data centers. Well, except the people that are making billions of dollars off of them. None of the rest of us are. We have a flock camera in my little town now. Speaking of data centers and things like that, I saw it on one of my local Facebook groups while I was at work yesterday. And people were saying it was true, it wasn't true. And I thought, well, you know what? That's one of the routes that I take to get home from work. I thought, I'm going to go that way on the way home and check it out. And sure enough, there's a flock camera. I couldn't believe it. First one I've seen in person. So yes, there's actually now a flock camera in my hometown. They said there was a couple more in a couple other places. And but they were out of the way, so I didn't go that way. But since the one was true, I assume the other ones probably are too. So, hey ACR, what's up? So yeah, we actually have a flock camera. Jazz Genesis, what's up, my man? What Jazz Genesis data center built? Yeah. Thanks, ACR. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's something fishy about these data centers because they're in such a big hurry to throw all these things up. Yes, I did see that last night. Everybody assumed he was joking, but I think in the back of everybody's head they went, "Are you sure he's joking?" But yeah, I did watch that speech at the correspondence dinner last night because I was at work, so I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll watch it." And he did do a lot of joking around, and I'm pretty sure that was a joke, but makes you think, doesn't it? Robert Coyote, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's crickets. I'm outside. Yeah, there's crickets. Yeah, we're already in the drought. Now they're using all that water for the data centers. Lake Mead and Lake Powell are just about empty. They're getting dangerously low. Voodoo Queen, good to see you. Yeah, we're going to build all these data centers. We can't farm anyway because of the fertilizer shortages. Solar simulation, good to see you. Oh yeah, yep, that's true. Data centers connected to smart cities. That's a good possibility. It's going to be 120 degrees in Palm Springs. Good Lord. Oh. So at least it's a nice evening out. I got my coffee and my citronella candles out. There we go. Skelly Report is finally downloaded and ready to go for tomorrow. So I can close all that out. Yeah, Jazz Genesis, that's a possibility too. I mean, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories, but I just can't see it being what they're telling us for. No, well, China's going to have their own problems now. They get a lot of stuff through the other strait that's now, well, closed. Hot in Reno. Yep, absolutely. Yep, Holly's husband passed earlier this week. Yep. she's a nice lady. I've actually met Holly, so that was kind of sad. I was sad to see that. All kinds of conversations going good in the chat tonight. I see everybody's kind of got their own idea about what's going on. That's good. Hey, Indy. Good to see you, Indy. Y'all go check out Indy's live streams on Monday night. Get some good music. And then after that, they do some really good conversation, too. So, yep, very true, Dana. Yep, China's going to have an oil problem. That is definitely true also. And things just don't seem to be getting any better. Every time we turn around, things just get a little bit worse. A little bit. A little bit here, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the day after. Death by 1,000 cuts. Seems to be where we're at. 6G, it's bad enough we got 5G. Ha! Yep, that's a good point. Very good point, solar simulation. They are. Like I said, I saw my first flock camera last night on the way home from work. So they have now reached some of the small towns. I hope it doesn't have an accident. That would be just terrible. I suppose that's probably a good possibility, too. Seems like these flock cameras are having a lot of accidents. They just managed to fall over and terrible, terrible things. All right, there we go. Block cameras, and yeah, they're, you know what, they're building a lot of data centers in Ohio, and one of our gubernatorial candidates wants to build a whole bunch more, and the other one's got worse problems than he does. So that's a no-win situation. Glad I don't vote. Part of the reason I don't vote is there's nobody to vote for. Nobody that I go, yeah, I can vote for this guy. No, can't do it. Kane Corso, good to see you. Mm-hmm. The other part of the reason I don't vote is I don't think it's real. I think it's all staged. I think the whole thing's like a soap opera. When I was a kid, my mom watched all them soap operas, you know, Days of Our Lives and what was it, The Young and the Restless, and I don't remember what the other ones were, but I think it's all like that. It's a good show, but it's not real. Wow. Mm-hmm. I saw that, Eric. Well, now I got a theory about the electric bill. Okay. If you read all the data, eventually when they get all these data centers that they want to build, they're going to use twice as much electricity as the entire grid can produce right now. So what I think they're doing, and this is just my theory, so that the old tube doesn't have a heart attack, your electric price is just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up until you can't pay it anymore. And that way, instead of them shutting everybody's electric off and saying, well, we need it for the data centers, they're going to blame it on you. They're going to say, well, it's your fault you don't have electricity. You didn't pay the bill. So too bad. And that's going to be their way of basically stealing all of our electricity because if they just shut it all off and said, hey, we need this for the data centers, so you guys can't have electricity anymore, there'd be riots in the street and it'd be nuts. But if it's your fault because you can't pay the bill, then so that's my theory on all that. Yeah, and water is going to be the next thing. Yep. Yeah. Hey, little unprepper, that's a good point. As the world burns slowly, longest apocalypse in history. Good Lord, just let's get on with it already. What are you snorting about there, Miss Reba? Hi. It just seems like it's taking forever, don't it? Oh, the big old mosquito that apparently didn't mind my citronella candles. Yeah, like I said, look at Lake Mead, Lake Powell. Rivers drying up all over the place, being polluted. Apparently, we needed to save the environment until we needed data centers. Now we don't need to anymore. Yep, World Economic Forum. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Well, they got part of that right. We're not going to own anything, but I don't know how happy we're going to be. These things happen slowly and then all at once. Yeah, it's been a long time with the slowly, it seems like. But things do ramp up. It's just they're ramping up slow enough that we're not noticing as much. And the sound. Have you heard the sound? The people that live close to these things, and the people whose water doesn't even work. Edgar, good to see you. Outpost, what's up, my friend? Yep. Watchman. Yeah, that's another thing. Speaking of that, Eric, that Trump was saying, reporters and that were asking him about the housing affordability, and he says, well, I want the housing prices to keep going up so the people that own houses don't lose money. Well, pretty soon ain't nobody going to own a house. So then what? They're not going to be able to afford to. You already hear a hum in the area? Oh, you got tinnitus. Oh, well, yeah, that'll do it. JD, what's up? Yeah, and 50-year mortgages. That's a good point, too. Reba got her hair cut. Look, show everybody. Say hi. Say I got a haircut. I had to go to the groomers, get my summer haircut. Huh. See, now I'm good till springtime. But by the time it grows back, it'll be getting cold. Yep. And these things are only, the processors that are in these data centers, they say are only good for 3 years, and then they have to replace them all, which is going to cost ridiculous amounts of money too. And guess who's paying for that? The rich people that are making all the money off of them? I doubt it. Yep. And I saw a stat the other day. They said the average person commits 3 crimes a day, not knowing it, because there's so many stupid laws out there. They put all these flock cameras up. We're all being jailed for something we didn't even know we did. Yep, they're letting them all get away with not paying taxes. Oh, Dana said hi, Reba. Reba. Dana said hi. Bester said hi. Yeah, and they also have some crazy hot temperatures, and these data centers raise the temperatures too. What are you doing there, Chew? My dog's itching. Sounds like he's knocking at the door. Whoops. Yeah, I've seen all that stuff with the new car models that are going to be coming out. Who's going to buy one of those? Who would want one of those? Unless they're going to force you to buy it. Rabbit, she's not. Rabbit always thinks you're a kitty cat because you're too little. Yes. Rabbit Coyote thinks you're just a kitty cat. Reba. Yeah. Yeah, if you're distracted driving, which I mean, have you seen the ones in the trucks? They're actually funny. In the semi trucks where they keep telling you distracted driving and you're too close in your lane and yada yada yada. And it's ridiculous. Your car's not even going to run. The first time you stop, you glance over at a passing car, somebody walking down the street, whatever, it's going to stop. It's going to pull over and stop and say you weren't paying attention. I think that's part of it, is they just don't want us to drive at all anymore. Yep. Good advice, Cindy. It actually, it's been nice here this last week or so. Yeah, these things are going to drive you straight to the police station and say, hey, this, my human did this or that or whatever. Welcome back, Eric. Yeah, there's stupid laws like that on the books. There's one here that you can't tie your horse out in front of the courthouse on Sunday. Yep. It's crazy. And have you seen these like town hall meetings, city council meetings, where all these people go, and the entire group of people that show up to these city council meetings are complaining, hey, we don't want a data center, we don't want flock cameras, we don't want this. And then the city council themselves unanimously pass them. And tell me they're not getting kickbacks. See your CV Farmer, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, the city council is just getting kickbacks. Camo, or Kane, that's Kane. I'm sorry, I thought it was Camo. Carl snuck in here on me. Yeah. Now, when I lived in Nevada, they were like that. Your car was about 6 years old. It had trouble passing the emissions test. So then you either had to pour a bunch of money into it or buy a new one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just bribing these. It just goes to show that politicians are corrupt from the White House all the way down to your city council and everywhere in between. You basically have to be a crook to be in politics. Yeah, and here that's see your CV Farmer. That's a good point. Eventually, people are going to have enough, and something's going to happen. I don't know what. I don't know where. I don't know if it's going to be a whole sea to shining sea thing or just in certain spots. I seen the new flock cameras are drones. The next generation of that flock is building their drones. That's just great, isn't it? What a time to be alive. Lakes are drying up. Yep. Hi, Mom. Yeah, Reba has to get her 5 minutes of fame in. My wife's looking out the door. Okay, here, go lay in your chair. Oh, big girl. There we go. Okay. I thought, well, that was uh, Nixon. I did hear something about that, Kane, about the flock cameras on the garbage truck so they can look at everybody's houses while they're picking up the garbage. I did see something about that. Somebody's got leftover fireworks from 4th of July. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is they're going to come and arrest you. But of course, they can't. We always say they can't arrest all of us, but wouldn't be surprised if they try. Yep, there's a lot of people with their head in their sand, Watchman, with their head in the sand. Huh. Well, like I said, something's going to have to give. I would hope eventually the rest of the population would wake up and say, you know what? Huh. Yeah, I've noticed some of them on the highway, JD. Them new fancy little light poles. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Good to see you. Everybody say hi to Vanessa. Yeah, yeah, just like they do over in Europe and China. You type the wrong thing in online, they're going to come knock at your door. Frank, good to see you. Yep, we're headed down that road at a rapid pace. Everybody laughed when China started doing it. And they got a little more concerned when it started in the UK. And now it's on our doorstep. Because your government does not work for you. That was either a big one or somebody got deleted. Oh, Vanessa, thanks. Dropping Indy's link. Like I said, y'all go check out Indy. Indy does independent music. People perform right there on her live stream, and then they have conversation the second half of the show, and usually something prepping related. So it's a pretty good show. Y'all go check that out. Murder suicide up there in the People's Republic of Michigan. Yeah, well, unfortunately, things like that happen every day. There's Kane Corso's channel. You can go check out the doggies. Y'all go check out Vanessa's channel too. She keeps you up on the news, what's going on. I know Josh was in here. I hope Josh comes back. we could go down some rabbit holes. But yeah, I mean, it's getting bad. It is getting bad. Vanessa dropping everybody link. Food prices are going to go up this winter. Dennis Lowry Country spent last winter in Ohio in my travel trailer. We had, I don't know. I was gonna say it wasn't a great winter, but we had a couple of pretty good sized snowstorms. Of course, if you were up here, I'm sure you know about that. Which some years we don't get hardly any snow. So, yeah, solar stimulation. Yeah, that's possible. I think they want to delete a large portion of the population. Because think about it, they don't need us anymore. We were the cogs in the machine. Now the cogs in the machine are going to be AI powered, and they don't need us anymore. We're wearing out our usefulness. Yeah. Yeah, we got, I think we got about 14 in that one storm, which was quite a bit. Michael Wolf, good to see you. Yep, I heard the story about the Georgia Guidestones. Pretty good story. Somebody destroyed them. Did they ever catch a guy? I don't think they ever. Did they catch a person? I can't remember. I was thinking they didn't, but I might be wrong. I don't remember. Yeah, I can't remember if they caught the person or not. It's not coming to me. They didn't catch anyone. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say that for sure because I couldn't remember. And I didn't want to say, oh yeah, they didn't catch him and then be wrong because No, I am not a winter person. It was kind of Maggie. It was nice this week. It was out one day. What was it? Wednesday or Thursday? It was like fall. I don't even think we hit 70 degrees, which is actually for this time of year, we're usually right around 80. So for it to not even hit 70 was kind of weird. There's Dennis Lowry's channel. I have to go check that out myself. Yeah, that was something that was on the Georgia Guidestones, Michael Wolf. Yep. What they want down to 500 million? I think it was. Was that the number? It's been a while since I heard the story, but I believe it said it wanted to reduce the population to 500 million. I think that's what it said. Again, don't quote me on that because I can't 100% remember. Oh, Granny sneak in there. Yeah, there's Granny. Hey, Granny, good to see you. Granny is still, I think, you're heading back tomorrow? Back to Florida tomorrow? Yep, I think so. 500 million or less. Okay. That's what I thought. Like I said, it's been a little bit since I heard the story. I couldn't remember all the details. Or I wasn't positive about all the details anyway. I should go watch that video I watched on that again. Yes, 500 million. Okay. Oh, you guys, okay, you guys are leaving early in the morning. That's what I thought. I thought you said Sunday you were headed back to Florida. So Granny is in Ohio right now. I actually got to meet Granny last Friday up in Amish country, and we had some good food and went and did a little shopping at the Amish grocery store that me and my wife always go to. And so that was pretty cool. Have a good night, Watchman. I have my phone plugged into my little battery pack because it was dead. I was doing stuff on it, and I got my computer plugged into my little solar generator, and so we got power for days. We're in good shape. Oh, really? You were there before they... Oh, cool. Very bad energy. That's interesting. Yeah, that is a great point. Yeah, I don't know why we have to pay to live here. That is a great point. Yep, Senior CV Farmer was also at the Friday meetup. I got to meet him and his wife. You want an Amish rocking chair? They build some good stuff. They definitely do. I just have to be close enough that I can... That we do our grocery shopping out there for anybody who didn't already know that. Yeah, it's about half an hour drive there and a half an hour drive back, but I won't eat the food at Walmart or Kroger or any of them places. I just won't do it. So we make about a monthly, since it's a half an hour away, we basically make a monthly trip and load up on some stuff. And so, but I'm just having to live close enough that I can do that. Not everybody has that option. But even if you don't, most places have local farmers and things like that. You can get stuff too. Now, if you live out where Vanessa is, out in the desert, that might be an issue. But for me, they're just, like I said, the largest or the second largest, they go back and forth over which one's the biggest, is only a half an hour down the road. Biggest Amish community in the country. So I can run out there and get what I need anytime they want to. Yes, everybody look up Project 2029. Yeah. Depends on where you live, Michael Wolf, but yeah, they're wanting to make that an issue too. You know, it's a shame if you would actually protect yourself. They want to make everything a crime, pretty much. They've actually made it a crime in Ohio now to live in an RV. Housing prices are completely out of control. But if you don't have one, well, we're going to have to put you in jail. It's the dumbest thing ever. Okay, Soul Over Simulation, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Oops. Indy wants to know, Vanessa, if that is different from Agenda 2030. That's a good question. Yeah, you have to have a fixed to the ground physical address. The RV parks, like out at the lakes, and there's people that they camp out there all summer long. That's what they do, and they're starting to check to make sure that you have a physical address and you're just not living in your RV. It's ridiculous. So the average home price in my little county is like $389,000, which is cheaper than the national average a little bit. The average hourly wage in my county is $17.62 an hour. I looked it up. I can't get that math to work. I can't. It's something the DSA are apparently planning. I'm going to have to look into that, Vanessa. Yeah. Yeah, CB Farmer. I'm sure that's right. Property taxes, no, that is just the average home price, $389,000. But the average wage is $17.62 an hour. So we got all these empty houses sitting around here that nobody can afford to buy. A lot of them aren't even for sale anymore. They're literally just empty houses sitting everywhere. But if you don't either live in one or rent a place, which that's getting crazy too, then you get to go to jail. That's how we solve homeless. We just throw them all in jail. It's the stupidest thing ever. And our local officials here are actually talking about getting rid of trailer parks as well, making that illegal. You can't live in a single wide trailer. Yeah, I'd rather not find out, but yeah, it's just I don't expect I don't see how they're expecting people to live doing all this. I mean, the businesses are not going to raise the wages. They're just not, because they have to make their record profits. They have to beat last month or last quarter's record or last year's or whatever. Yeah, I don't think they'll get the whole trailer park thing passed, but they're talking about it. I don't think they'll be able to do it. I really don't. I mean, my goodness, what do you want? What do you want these people to do? Oh, that I think you have a certain amount of time, like a wolf, before you actually have to put a. I don't know what the time limit is. I'd have to look it up. I don't know. But if you plan on building a house on your land and you're living in something else for a time, you have a period of time, and I don't know what that is. Before you actually have to build the structure. But I don't know what the period of time is. Yeah, I think Parkside's right. They'd rather us all just be dead, and then they won't have to worry about it. Maybe that's their solution for saving Social Security. Nobody lives long enough to collect it, then they don't have to worry about it, since they already spent all our money anyway. No, I don't see why you can't just pop a tent in if it's your land, do whatever you want. But oh no, God forbid. Don't get me started. I'll go on a rant. Well, yeah, that's a good point too, CB Farmer. You never really own your land. And if they want to come and eminent domain it so they can build a data center, they'll just throw you out on your butt. Say, too bad. It is disgusting, Maggie. You're right. Our founding fathers be rolling over in their grave right now. People aren't mad enough. Not your average person. Okay, some of us are mad enough, I think. But the rest of the population, they're not mad enough yet. They're too tired trying to keep up with everything, working their butts off, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Oh, I could go on a rant right now. Try not to, but yeah. Just like this whole Island Boy files that we never did get to see all of. 150 years ago, it had been torches and pitchforks. There would have been people swinging in trees. Instead, oh well, I got to go to work. Nobody seemed to do anything. We didn't arrest anybody. Yep, that's a good point, Maggie. Maggie is becoming very wise. But yeah, we just strung these politicians up and the actors and the movie stars and the business owners and yada, yada, yada. And instead, we did nothing. Nothing. And now they're all laughing at us. Going, ha, we got away with it. That whole thing's probably still going on. Maybe at a different location, but it's probably still going on. Sounds like somebody's riding their lawnmower up the road. Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll give you, if they even give you anything at all. Oh, Frank, we had one of those for a lot less than what's going on right now. A lot less. If we actually listened to the Constitution and read it about what it says about our government, we should have thrown them out already. But nope, nobody's doing anything. Mm-hmm. You're right, see, you're CB Farmer. You're very right. Hmm. Yeah, and even land around here is it's insane. It's insane. You used to be able to go get some land outside of town, out in the country for, depending on if it was wooded land or cleared land, 500 to 2,000 an acre. If it was just land, no houses or anything. Now they want 125,000 an acre for wooded land. You can't build a house there. You got to take all the trees in that down to make a spot. Hunting property, they want that for. It's insane. It is insane. Hmm. Good question, Dana. Now the funny part about, well, I don't know if it's funny, but the ironic part about this whole Iran conflict thing is that they keep hitting Amazon data centers in Kuwait. That makes me laugh. They had an Amazon data center and a distribution center. Yeah, that's a good point, Frank. Vanessa, yesterday when I looked, it was 395. But remember that Second Straight is now, I don't know if it's closed, but it's partially closed anyway. It usually takes a couple weeks for that to catch up with the prices. So by the end of the week, next week, I look for the prices. They're saying it might be $5 a gallon. 450 in Arizona, 375 there for where Rapids at, or 385. 422 days ago. Okay. Vanessa paid 513 for diesel, 429. West Michigan. Oh, Seabury Farmer paid 5. Yeah, diesel was 4.99 when I looked at it yesterday. So 440 is probably the average nationwide fuel price. California drives that average up all by themselves. But for some reason, Ohio is always one of the highest places too. It's like, California and New York are the big ones, and then Ohio, I don't. For some reason, we're always high compared to everybody else, too, and I don't understand why. California, it's all taxes. Rabbit has flex fuel. Nothing wrong with that. The last time it went way high, they all pushed our governor to suspend the gas tax for a little bit, and he was like, "Oh no, we can't do that." Of course not. Take money away from our dear government that cares so much about us? No, we can't do that. Apparently, this is Sarcastic Saturday. Maybe that's what I should have named the stream. They don't talk about it, but with all these straits being closed, we've got to be working on a diesel shortage. And guess what happens when we run out of diesel? The trucks stop running, and then you get nothing. But if we had one of those coming, they wouldn't let us know anyway. So, yeah, they hit, the Houthis hit something on Saudi Arabian soil. Well, they hit a couple of ships, but they also hit something else last night. No toilet paper. Yep, Parkside. That's what they're all going to run after, right? Oh, we need toilet paper. Have fun eating that stuff. Yep. And we're already got a shortage on the fertilizer that they use to grow the feed for the farm animals. Either you can't get it or you're going to pay out the nose for it. So, like everybody keeps saying, stock up now because things are as cheap as they're going to get. All you're doing now by buying stuff is just hedging against inflation. Wow. Huh. So the FBI just caught somebody who fled to Jamaica after stealing 32 million in pandemic relief taxpayer funds. Elaine Esco is back in the United States to face justice. Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. Oh, he's got to be up there going, "What are you guys doing?" Yeah, it's not. Like I said, I could go on and on and on. Try not to say things that this thing here won't like, but it's tough sometimes. My filter doesn't work real good, so sometimes it's hard to not just go blah. You know what I mean? Oh, what a day! What a time to be alive. Or if we go back to the '80s and tell ourselves this is how it's going to be now, we wouldn't believe ourselves. We'd think we lost our mind. Yeah, yeah, it's going to get more expensive in the spring. You're absolutely right. Actually taught English out there for 3 years. Oh, huh. I wouldn't go over there right now either. They're on the brink of a civil war too. Great Britain, France, Ireland's not putting up with it. Maybe we should take some lessons off of them. We haven't even talked about that. The great Islamic invasion. Man, that mug works good because that is still hot coffee. Yeah, that don't surprise me. The tube don't like it when we talk about, well, the tube don't like it when we tell the truth. They don't like it. They want to watch. They want us all watching cat videos and I don't know what else, but definitely not people telling the truth. Hmm. Over there in the UK, they got their own problems going on. Now, Iran told them that if they help us, they're now a legitimate target. I don't know if they could actually pull that off, but you never know. Yep, all good advice, Dana. And get the all metal can opener, the hand can opener. Them plastic ones don't work very good. Get the one that's all the whole thing's metal. Yep, Saudi Arabia. Oh, that's where you were at. Oh, okay. Hmm, interesting. I have never been overseas. I've covered most of this continent, but oh, I can hear the crickets, see the stars, hear a little music in the background. There's a bar a couple blocks up the street. They must have a band tonight. No, I wouldn't go anywhere right now. You know, my kids wanted to go to New York City. Uh, the middle daughter and her husband wanted to take their two kids over to New York City. They were over there a few years back. They were like, "Well, we really want to go back," and I said, "Don't go now. Just don't go." And so they didn't. They actually listened to me. Shocking. It's still hard to believe that a city that lost two iconic buildings to Muslim people elected one mayor. Now they regret it. I remember some of the people from New York saying, "Well, we'll give him a chance. We'll see how he does." And I told them it's a bad idea. And now they regret it. Well, and I'm not saying I told you so because I could have been wrong, but I didn't think it was a good idea. Yeah, I seen their war game in that CV Farmer. They're actually going to do like a test, like a trial run of how that system works. Before the automated enrollment thing goes in I think it's January. Yeah, where's my dogs? Jerry Reba, Jerry Reba. My wife let them in. They might not even be out here anymore. Hmm. My wife must have let them in. Shocking. Usually they can't stand it when I'm out here, and they're not. Drives them insane. But I don't see either one of them. Hmm. Huh. Yeah, there's age cutoffs. They've changed them recently, though. I don't remember what they are now. They did change the age limits. I think they did it last year, and I don't remember what the new ones are. So you might want to look into that. Frank, that sounds right. And I think if you were already in, I think they can recall you to do like non-combat stuff, even older than that. Yeah, I see your CV. Me too. But you know what? I mean, if we end up in a big, big global conflict, that could always change. Well, that's a good question. You're 43. Yeah, you're still in the range. Yeah, that's a good point too, Dana. Of course, we got between all the veterans and everything, I think we got enough armed civilians to handle a good bit of that. It's Momdamistan. Is that what it is, Rabbit? Okay. I know they changed some stuff last year. Again, I'm old enough that I don't really have to worry about it, so I didn't pay that much attention. The Michigan militia. Yeah, Michigan's one of them places you need that. Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, New York, apparently Texas now, because they're building a Sharia law ruled Muslim community, Muslim city in Texas, and of all places in Texas. And then they're building another one in, I think it's Arkansas. Can you believe that? Never thought I'd see the day. Okay, whatever it is, I didn't do it. No, that's the ambulance and that running around. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Wild times. It is just about everywhere. Uh, Here in Ohio, Columbus is pretty bad. Yeah, you guys heard the sirens. Okay. Yeah, that was an ambulance going somewhere. You live on the opposite side of where they are. Well, that's good. Keep saying that, but it's illegal federally and by Texas state law. Yeah, it should be. I can't believe. Of course, they don't care if it's illegal or not. They don't care. According to them, our laws don't matter. So, Right, exactly. Oh, okay, my dogs are in the house. I see them now. Okay. I didn't know where they got off to. Yeah, like I said, they don't care about our laws. According to them, our laws don't matter. Ah, interesting. Did they, Frank? I haven't heard anything about it. Maybe they did. They should, but I didn't know for sure if they did. I know there was set to be one in Texas and one in Arkansas. Of course, we already got Dearborn, which is basically the same thing. Nope, that's absolutely right, Maggie. They do not. Ah, yeah, and this is the same thing they did. They're doing in Europe, and it's actually the exact same thing they did in Iran. For those of you who are old enough to remember, uh, Iran wasn't a Muslim country. They did the exact same thing back in the 60s and 70s. They all moved to Iran. They had a bunch of babies. They got buddy buddy with the left wing of the Iranian government, got themselves put in office, and in 79 they had the Islamic Revolution and took over. Exact same thing they did there. And now look at it. Now look at Iran. The way things are going in 20 years, we'll be bombing Great Britain and France for the same reasons. Hmm, interesting. But that's how they do it. And they tell you that's how they're going to do it. And everybody just lets them do it. Like, oh, okay. I don't understand. Oh, that's how they cleaned it up in Colorado, huh? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. Voodoo. Yeah. Absolutely. Try that now. Voodoo is absolutely right. They were pretty much just like America. Close, anyway. And they got taken over. Whoops. Yeah. Now they have Muslim patrol cars in New York. Not sanctioned by the city, not city police, the Muslim patrol. Oh, I'm so glad I live in a small town. Not saying we're immune to it, but we're not, we don't have any here right now. So hopefully it stays that way. Do you have Reba, hon? Is she in there? Okay. Okay. Had to find my dog. Oh, you gonna let them both out now? Hi, Reba. Did you take a nap? Did you take a nap? Are you in with mommy taking a nap? Okay, they're back. Oh, so, and I don't know what we do about all this mess. I don't. I don't know what we do. We got to do something eventually. I don't know what. Probably something we're not going to want to do. Yeah, nice. Yep. Dana, you're in New Yorkistan, right? You're in the Hudson Valley? Are you up north? I thought you were up north. Frank lives in Florida. Yeah, Florida don't have near as much problems. No, Maggie, if we wait on the government, well, they're going to end up running the government. So, oh, well, welcome in. Seventh servant. All right, welcome in. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought, Dana. I thought you were up in that area, but I wasn't sure. It's pretty up there. Last time I was up northern New York, I actually took some Amish guys because I used to haul some Amish guys to Tupper Lake. Very pretty up there. Beautiful area. Too bad it's run by the people it is. Beautiful area. Hey, Dana the cook. Good to see you. Are you making cookies again? Dana makes cookies. And Dana makes what looks like some really, really good cookies. I have to say, I like me a good cookie. So, always right on. Hi, Miss Reba. Hi, baby. You stay in that chair with your short hair. She had to get a big haircut for the summer because she was getting too hot. Oh, you called into We All Gonna Die Wednesday? I must have missed that part. Half of that is on my lunch hour, and I usually call my wife. So I'll have to go back and watch a replay of that. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful area. Run by idiots. Beautiful area. I mean, I took them guys up there. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And boy, it was just beautiful up there. Loved it. All them lakes up there. Just unbelievable, beautiful area. Well, there's a slight delay between here and, like, if I showed you my phone right now, I'm probably 5 seconds behind on the phone to what I see on the computer. There's a little delay. Hey, Troy, good to see you. My neighbor to the south. What are you guys looking at? I don't know. There's mystery something that the dogs are looking at. Yeah, Maggie, like I said, there is. Did you see this? There's a bunch of people living out in the desert in RVs. Don't remember where they're at. I want to say Utah, but don't quote me on that. I've been kind of following them, and they're kind of bucking the system. So, hey, just let him in. No? Okay, whatever. I don't remember what they're called, what they're calling themselves out there in the desert. They gave themselves a name. I don't remember what it was. Albany and North. I've never been to New York City, and I have no desire to go. Mm-hmm. Yep, very true, Dana. But I have been to upstate New York. I've been through there. Uh, I took some Amish guys to Lake Champlain. Actually, went through New York, took them to the Vermont side of Lake Champlain. Oh, for crying out loud! Did you see? There's no, I don't know. Chewy, there's nothing out there. I don't know. He just wants to run around. I don't know what he's doing. Who knows? They thought they seen a critter. You guys aren't chasing critters, are you? No, no critters. Okay, good. Yeah, upstate New York is definitely a beautiful area. It's just too bad that they got the. Yeah, well, here's the thing about Chewy is he will tell you when there's someone or something around, but he's not going to do anything about it. He's about as harmless as Reba is. He just barks. No. Hang on a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Chewy will at least alert you that there's something around, only because it wants him to pet it. Now they chase critters because I never seen a dog didn't like critters, but even if they catch the critter, they're not going to hurt the critter. So yeah, now this one doesn't even tell you. Reba won't even tell you when anybody's around. She don't care. Huh? She's about the biggest fail of a guard dog there ever was, but I love her. She's pretty cool. There's my baby. Did you see something, Chewy? Was there something out there? A critter? So, like I said, at least he warns us. I guess it could be worse. But it is a beautiful night out. It's been very nice this week. We had a very hot week. uh, no, that wasn't what I said, but that was funny. My son's here wanted to know if I had a drill. In the middle room on the bottom shelf.
Yeah, in this room right there, right?
Yeah.
In the dresser or
It's in a black case. He's looking for the cordless drill. Oh yeah, well, they kind of chase kitty cats, but we have kitty cats, so they just want to go. The neighborhood cats that are out when I take Reba for a walk have learned that they don't need to run. So she'll run up to them, they just sit there, and then they kind of sniff each other, and then we go on our way. But they've learned that, hey, we don't have to run. This thing ain't going to do nothing to us. It's going to give us a sniff and then keep going. So, yeah, I agree, Michael Wolf. Like I said, I talked my kids out of it. They wanted to go New York City for a weekend because they were there a few years back. And I said, don't go. Just don't go. And they actually listened to me, which was shocking. Okay. I mean, I showed them some news clips and some videos of New York City now, and hoping they get the point not to go, and they actually listen to me. Shocking. Usually they tell me and Mom we're overreacting or this or that or whatever. I think they're starting to figure out that maybe we're not. Maybe we're not as crazy as they thought the old people were. So they actually do a little bit of prepping. Not a lot, but some we've kind of got them started at least. And the oldest son, he stays pretty stocked up on things. The youngest ones, they're not going to last 5 minutes. We don't save them, they're doomed. Doomed. So, but just do your best, right? What are you going to do? So you just got to stock for more than yourself sometimes. Yeah, I don't blame you, Maggie. Like I said, my kids were there. It's probably been about 5 years, I'm going to guess. They went to New York City and they enjoyed themselves. They'd never been there. They'd never seen it. So, but a lot of things have changed since then. So, there's a lot of places I've been to that I wouldn't go again. We really don't go anywhere. We kind of stay in our little sheltered little town, and probably the farthest we get away is Amish country, unless we're going for an event or something. So, like Trent's going to have a vision, is going to have a cookout sometime along here in the next month or two, and we'll be going to that. So we'll get a little bit out of our area. Wherever he's going to have it, he hasn't told us for sure yet, but he was talking about a couple of different state parks, and so he'll figure it out. And then we are going all the way to Texas in November for God's Prepared Warrior. Fernando, most of you probably know Fernando, is having a bug out weekend. So we're planning on going to there as long as the world don't fall apart before then. So, but other than that, we don't leave our area. Yeah, Maggie, I've lived some different places. I grew up in this tiny little town I live in now, but I wasn't here my whole life. I spent 18 years in Vegas, and I really wouldn't want to be there either right now. Of course, with the economy the way it is, Vegas is getting beat up pretty good because their whole economy is basically tourism. So when people don't have money to do things like that, they suffer. Plus, the water's running out. They get all their water off of Lake Mead and all their power out of Hoover Dam. And when the water gets too low for the dam to work, they're going to be in trouble. So, water's always been a little bit of an issue out there, but it's starting to be a big issue. So the desert Southwest is not looking good because Lake Mead and Lake Powell are both in big, big trouble. When that all launched, it didn't seem to make a big difference. Actually, it kind of helped because people would start playing online who never played before. Well, then they'd want to go do it in real life. So, and even when I was out there before gambling spread everywhere, when I first moved out there, it was basically Vegas, Atlantic City, and Biloxi. Was it Biloxi, Mississippi? And that was about it. That was pretty much the only places that had casinos. And then the state started passing laws, and the Indian casinos started popping up, and that didn't seem to hurt Vegas either. It just made people, I'd never been to a casino. Let's go to they just built one an hour away. Let's go. So they would go and they would go, hey, I like this. Let's go to Vegas. So it actually didn't hurt. You'd think it would, but it didn't. Plus Vegas has so many conventions. There's something going on every week. The free booze and the buffets. Yeah, the buffets used to be cheap before corporate America took over and decided that every single little piece of the place had to make money. Used to be they'd give, booze and rooms and food and all that was free or it cost you practically nothing because they wanted to keep you in the casino. All they were worried about was keeping you in the casino. And then corporate America got in there and said, well, wait, food and beverage needs to make a profit. And, the hotel needs to make a profit. And it just, now it's expensive to go. It used to be cheap. But yeah, it's not the same place it was when I moved there in the early 90s. Come back in 2008. So I think I was out there 17 years. Whatever. But, and the town grew so much in that time too. Places I had a metal detector and I did a lot of hiking out in the desert. And there was places I went out and hiked to that were in town by the time I moved out. So but it wasn't a bad place to live when I lived out there. As long as you stayed away from the tourist areas, the crime rate was so low. There was practically no crime because everybody had good jobs. There was plenty of good paying jobs out there. So, I mean, either in the casino or the hotel or food, restaurants in the casino and outside the casinos. And then construction was a big thing too. So everybody made money. So that I still say that's what contributed to the crime rate. The crime rate was so low out there. And if you did have any crime, it was usually people from Los Angeles, which was only a little over a 4-hour drive, would come over and steal cars, take them back and take them to the chop shops. And if they stole your car and you called the cops would be like, it's gone. Don't just forget it. Because by the time we'd find it, it would be all, we were never going to find it. So, but that was about it. So you haven't been out of Florida in 40 years, huh? Well, yeah, I've been out of Ohio. Well, when I hauled Amish during the toilet paper apocalypse, they go all over the place, but mostly surrounding states, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Indiana, New York. Like I said, I did take them ones to Lake Champlain on the other side, on the Vermont side. So it's a moth, guys. It's just a moth. Reba. If it gets low enough, you're going to eat it, aren't you? I swear. Yeah. Same thing here, Voodoo. Cleveland and Canton, Akron had a lot of steel companies and that. Most of them are gone. They're not all gone, but it's not near what it used to be. They made a lot of steel up in Cleveland because they could ship it on Lake Erie, So, but yeah, those days are not here anymore. I used to live in Central Florida. We can't do the heat. Yeah, the humidity's bad down there. Everybody talks about when I lived in Vegas, it's a dry heat. Well, yeah, it is a dry heat. And you can get out of it. Like if you go from the sun to the shade, there's a big temperature difference to where back here where there's humidity, if you go from the sun to the shade, there's not really much change. But still, when it's 118 degrees, it's kind of like sticking your head in the oven. So it was still hot. Bugs the size of dinosaurs. Well, that's one thing. We didn't have too many flying bugs out in Nevada. But hey, Nick Easy, what's up? Long time no see. But we did have, uh, black widows and tarantulas and rattlesnakes and sidewinders and all that good stuff. Yeah, we had a couple hot weeks here, unseasonably hot, but it cooled down. It's pretty good now. Yeah, I don't like the cold either. I hate winter. Hey, having fun in nature. Good to see you. You guys still got to shoot me an email. It's in any of my video descriptions or whatever. If you need that, need to check it out. Guys, go check their channel out too. Having fun in nature. Good people. Is Vanessa still in here? She could drop us a link. Hey, Brian, there's the other half of Having Fun in Nature. Good to see you. $95 in Montana. Today in Smoky. So you're getting smoke from the wildfires out west or from Canada? You guys tag team me tonight. Good to see you. Better half on some days, huh? You got a tarantula? I had one in my backyard once when I lived in Vegas. He fell into the pool, and I just left him there for about a week to make sure he was good and before I fished him out. I didn't even know he was back there. My two cats were at the sliding glass door, like doing the chirping thing when they see a bird or something, And I thought, what are they looking at? And we got little geckos and stuff out there, and I figured, okay, there's probably just a gecko out there. And I looked out and I seen that big old thing, and I was like, nope, I don't do spiders. And I watched him fall in the pool, and so I didn't use the pool for a while. Finally went out there and kind of peeked over, and he was all, how they do. And I was like, okay, I guess I can fish him out now. Like I got a friend in Australia that said, you should come to visit. I said, I don't think so. You got spiders that eat birds. Nope, ain't doing it. Well, now that's interesting. Oops. So one of my sources just posted that the Iranian Minister of Foreign Affairs condemned a Ukrainian drone strike on an Iranian cargo vessel in the Caspian Sea, which Zelensky claims was shipping military equipment from Russia to Iran. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, I missed. Hang on, time out. I got to get to that comment. There we go. Oh, you still want to hear some Vegas stories? I can tell you a lot of Vegas stories. It's been actually really nice out here all week. Hasn't been too hot. I haven't noticed the smoke since last weekend. Last weekend it was kind of bad. So I think we're out of the smoky, at least for now anyway. I know, is California still burning down? It's down to there we go. But no, it's been really nice here. The weather's been awesome. So, all right, now I got to get my comments back in the right place. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's actually really nice. I actually got this is a really thin sweatshirt hoodie on, and I'm not hot or cold. Who's that, guys? Is that Mommy? My wife peeking out the door. If she lets you in, you guys are just going to want out 5 minutes from now. Because they can't stand it if I'm out here without them.
No.
They're going to come in 5 minutes later. They're going to be at the door. Oh, yeah? I always thought that was a myth. But I spent most of my free time. I used to like to go hiking out in the Valley of Fire. Awesome place out there. Beautiful. If you ever go to Vegas and you want to go see the scenery, everybody's going to tell you to go to Red Rock Canyon because you can practically throw stones at it from Vegas. It's okay. I was never that impressed with Red Rock Canyon, but now I think they do tour buses. If not, you can always rent a car. Go to the Valley of Fire. 1,000 times better than Red Rock Canyon. The Valley of Fire is an awesome place. Red Rock Canyon, there's really not even that many red rocks. It's just the reason it gets so much attention is it's close. It's literally on the edge of town. Well, it didn't used to be, but it is now. But the Valley of Fire is beautiful. And of course, you can do a big loop. You're out past the racetrack and you go through the Pirate Indian Reservation to get to the Valley of Fire. And if you keep going, you'll loop around Lake Mead, or, well, the road that used to be beside Lake Mead. Lake Mead's so low now that I don't even know if you can see it from that road, but it used to be right along the lake. So then you can always stop at the Pirate Indian Reservation too. It's kind of cool. But just so you can put some stickers on the map. I've been to LA a few times because it's only a little over a 4-hour drive, as long as there's not a wreck in the pass. There's a pass on I-15 that goes up through the mountains. There's a mountain range in California. And what part of Ohio am I? I am like East Central Ohio. So I'm kind of, roughly the same distance from Cleveland than I am from here to Cleveland. From here to Pittsburgh is about the same distance. Probably a little closer to go to Wheeling, West Virginia. So, but anyway, there would be a big, the clouds actually sit on that pass and you can't see anything. Oh, you guys are in West Virginia? Oh, okay, cool. And there would be, that's where you'd see on the news there was a 32-car pileup or a 72-car pileup. And that's really the only way to get there. You can go around the mountain range, but you're turning a 4-hour drive into like a 14-hour drive. So the road would get backed up from the mountains in California all the way back to Vegas. Grew up in Morgantown. Oh, okay, cool. Lots of family in West Virginia. All right. Troy Sutton. I don't know if Troy's still here. Troy's from West Virginia too. And when I moved back here, speaking of West Virginia, I actually helped open Wheeling Racetrack, Wheeling Downs. Opened the table games part of their casino down there. What a mess that was. Oh, you guys know Troy. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That place was a mess because it actually wasn't owned by a casino company. It was owned by Delaware North, which what they do is they sell hot dogs at the Major League Baseball field. They had no idea how to run a casino. It was a disaster. They don't own it anymore. Somebody else bought it. There actually is a Pittsburgh, Ohio, but I was talking about Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But there is a tiny little town called Pittsburgh, Ohio. Oh, Brian lived in Pennsylvania. Okay, well, hey, there's Vanessa. Uh, I also went and worked 6 years at the Meadows, which is half an hour south of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. Uh, Helped them get their table games up and running. And I had got out of that industry. I got out. One of my buddies called me because, unfortunately, when all these casinos opened all over the country, everybody from Vegas and Atlantic City spread out, right? Uh, so I know people at like every casino in the country because I worked with them somewhere before. It's like a small town. So anyway, one of my buddies called me and said, uh, "Oh, hey, you got to come. Yes, the Valley Fire is awesome. Uh, you got to come and help me get this place up and running." I'm like, "All right, fine." So I ended up over at the Meadows for, I was there 6 years or 6.5 or something like that. And it was all right. But the problem with locals casinos is it's the same people every single day. I ran the craps pit, and when I went to work, we went in the bottom where the employee part of the thing was, and I could tell you every person on all four of them craps tables before I ever walked upstairs, because it was the same people that were there yesterday and the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. It's hard to deal with the same person every single day, the same people like that, and they just complain and whine, and you took all my money. No, you put your money on the table and lost it. That's your own fault. But in Vegas, it was a lot better because once you got to know what you're doing and you got a job down on the strip, uh, it changed. Every week, everybody would go home and a whole new batch would come in. So you weren't dealing with the exact same people day in and day out. It was a lot better. And plus, those people are on vacation, so they were a little happier than your person in a locals casino that, you know. So it wasn't near as a pain, I guess. Boy, we've talked about a little bit of everything tonight. Oh, Vanessa, now that you're back, could you drop Have Fun in Nature's channel link? Y'all need to go check them out. So I know they're live tomorrow afternoon, I think. I think it's tomorrow afternoon, around 4 o'clock, I think, if I remember right. Dana, it's interesting. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Vanessa. Vanessa is on the ball. Yeah, you guys are welcome. Yeah, 4 p.m. Okay, that's what I thought. If you haven't been out west, if you, yeah, when I drove when I moved out there, and I took the southern route because I didn't want to go through the mountains. Oh, tomorrow's your 1 year on YouTube. Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations. Oh, you were already on it. Okay, see, Vanessa is on it. And I'd never been west of Missouri. Uh, so going down, I went to St. Louis and went down to, was it Tulsa, and then across, right? And it's a whole different scenery than being here in the Northeast or whatever. So it's cool. It's cool to see. It is. Uh, Now my wife's never drove down through there. Uh, so when we go to Fernando's bug out weekend, we're going to drive, and it'll be the first time that she always flew. It'll be the first time that she's drove out through there. And so she hadn't seen the big ranches and stuff like that. I said, it's kind of cool to see. So she's looking forward to that because she's never been down through there. So. 1 year celebration. Awesome. And I think I've been on here about 15 months, something like that. It's a grind. It is definitely a grind, but it's fun. And I don't do it for me. I do it for you guys. Uh, Skelly Report comes out tomorrow. I got a video coming out Tuesday that I did earlier today. It's all downloaded and uploaded and all that good stuff and ready to go. So what is that? Yellowstone was that Montana? Is that Wyoming? Yeah, it was Montana. I don't know if it was filmed out there, but oh, Brian, I'm glad I found you. I don't remember how I came across you guys. Somebody sent me. I think it was Chris and Amy. I think it was Leonard Mountain Homesteading. Hey, Eric, welcome back. Yeah, it's a grind, but it's fun. Skelly needs some meat on his bones. You know, Skelly is actually that when we had this little meetup in up in Amish country here last weekend, Skelly went along. He's still in the back seat of the Honda, actually. Yeah, I think that's who it was. I think it was Chris and Amy. I think, and you know that's how it works. You know, I found Vision through somebody else, and found Hudson Valley through Vision, and Rural, and pretty much everybody I've come across that I watch on a regular basis was recommended to me by somebody else. You know, somebody else that I watch. They said, "Hey, go check this out." Okay, you know, so and that's kind of how it works, right? That's kind of how we all found each other. There is some awesome people on YouTube. I've got to meet a lot of people in person, not just, you know, us chatting here along the way, and gonna get to meet some more. And there's nothing like meeting the people in person. So if you get a chance to go to a meetup, or you know, a bug out weekend or whatever, go do it. Just go do it. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you get a chance to do it, just go. Like I said, if you're down in the Texas area, or anywhere close to that, and you want to, yeah, same thing, Brian. You want to, oh, you're welcome. Like I said, you guys shoot me an email sometime. We'll get you on 0 hour. Anyway, you want to go to the bug out weekend he's having. It's in Kerrville, Texas, and it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right after. So it's basically Thanksgiving weekend. So if you're down that way, go check that out. There is some kind of thing going on in Warsaw, Ohio, which is a very tiny little town. The first Saturday in October. So I will get more information on that if you're in this area and you want to go to that. Oh, thanks, Senior CB Farmer. It was a pleasure. And then, of course, Vision's having his cookout that we don't have a date for yet, but we will figure that out. Hoping to do some meetups next year. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure Trent's probably going to have a bug out weekend next year, or if not, somebody in the group is probably going to organize a bug out weekend here in Ohio next year. So this year things just got a little crazy and didn't get a chance to do it, which is kind of sad, but you know, things happen. Life. But I'm sure next year there'll be one somewhere in Ohio. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out one of these days. You guys will have to show me how to make the specialized emojis. Oh, okay. Cool. I don't know how to upload any of that stuff. I am technologically handicapped. The fact that I can even manage to do this surprises me. Well, now I kind of know what I'm doing. But when I first started out, I didn't even know how to upload the video. Oh, God. It was so bad. The first video was horrible. You know what? People still watch that video. It still gets a view every now and then. I'm thinking, who's watching this? It was so bad. But I think everybody who does this thinks their first videos are bad. And oh, it was just awful. Oh, all right. I appreciate it, guys. Vanessa figured out how to make emojis from her Discord or for her Discord. But yeah, anybody who's ever done a YouTube video looks back at their first few videos and was like, oh God. And you want to delete them, but don't do it. Just leave it up there. Oh yeah. Yeah, the first time you do it, it's like, oh. I mean, after you've done it for, like these guys are having their 1 year anniversary, right? So they've been doing it enough now that they can look back at their first videos and they're probably the same thing. They're just going, oh, good Lord, My first video was just about like my everyday carry stuff that I had in my pocket, right? So I'll tell you the whole story. Hudson Valley and Vision kept saying, listen, if you got something to say, just hit record, put a video up. They weren't talking to me personally, but they just kept saying it, right? And I had it stuck in my head, and I kept, and my wife tells me after the fact that I should have done it a few years earlier, but whatever, right? So sitting in my car, and I had to go do some running around before I went to work, and it was March. It was still cold out, and I was sitting there, and it was stuck in my head, and I thought, okay, fine. I thought, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to type Ohio Valley Prepping into the search bar to see if anything pops up. See if anybody already had that name, right? I thought somebody's probably already got it. Nobody had it. I'm like, all right, fine. So I made the channel. I figured out how to do that. And so then I'm thinking, well, okay, I got to post a video, right? I mean, I made the channel. I got to post a video. So I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. And I'm, thinking, well, I got my everyday carry stuff in my pockets, hooked to my belt and all that. So I took my belt off, got all this stuff out, laid it on the seat beside me, and just filmed a video. This is what I carry on me, And it was terrible. It was so bad. And I hit upload. Now, since I went back and added a thumbnail, it didn't even have a thumbnail. I just pushed the upload button, So now I did go back and at least change that. But, oh, it was terrible. And it still gets views. It's just crazy. Oh, yeah, it takes some work. It does. Oh, yeah, I got Skelly does have a tinfoil hat in some of them videos when he's talking about when we do the disclosure videos. Oh yeah, it's so bad. It's horrible. Sure, it doesn't matter how long. Yeah, you know what? Mine are a little better, but I would just say a little more polished. I don't know how much better they are, but but oh, and the first, I don't know, 20, 30, 50, I don't know. I would love to go back and just delete them all, but everybody says, no, don't do it. Just let it go. All right. And it wasn't that I was not comfortable in front of the camera. I mean, by God, I was a casino manager in Vegas. People don't bother me as far as being up talking and things like that. So that wasn't it. I just suck at making videos, or at least I say I'm a little better at it now, but that's just because I've been doing it for 15 months and I have no idea how many videos I've uploaded, but it's been a lot. Poker chips emojis. We will have to do a stream one day where I just tell you guys casino stories, not necessarily just Vegas stories. Well, I really have any that are outside of Vegas. I mean, not in the small ones I worked at in Wheeling and Pennsylvania. Not much really happened. It was kind of boring. So I can't really think any stories I had from there. Most of my stories came, the good stories were before I worked on the strip, when I worked in the smaller places, because you have to get, they want you to get 4 or 5 years experience before you go get a good job. And then you have to audition. So you go in there and they actually let you deal. They go, okay, go deal that game there with, real players. So they want to see how you do. They want to make sure Wheeling sucks. Yeah, Wheeling was terrible. So you actually have to go in and audition for them, and then they decide if they hire you or not. So, but like I said, the strip, I got some stories from the strip, but most of them come from the little, what we call break-in casinos, because you were just kind of breaking into the business. And boy, I got some good stories. Some of them places were wild. I heard strip. I was, when I moved back, before I moved back here, I was casino manager at Harrah's in Vegas. And that's one of the few industries. So, okay. So a lot of industries, they hire management, because, they got a degree or this or whatever. The casino industry, you start from the bottom and you have to work your way up. There is no shortcuts. It doesn't matter what you went to school for or anything like that. You could have a master's degree in whatever. You're still going to start out as a dealer in some crappy little hole in the wall until you get enough experience, and you're going to move up from there. And it all comes down to what you know and your abilities and your ability to read the room and read the people and figure out what's going on without anybody saying what's going on. And there's really no way around it. So that was a nice thing about that industry, is you didn't have to, you didn't say, well, that guy's never dealt a game in his life, but he just went and got a degree and now he's the boss. It didn't work that way. So that was the one good thing about that industry. Like my boss now is like 26 years old and he's got a master's degree. He's no idea what he's doing. Place is falling apart. But that's not my problem. So and I did. I started dealing at some place in the middle of, it was Nevada Landing. It's gone. They tore it down. Hey, Muffin Man. Push the button, man. What's up?
What up, OBP?
What do you know?
I just got done swimming. It is hot. There's like 114-degree index here today.
Wow. So there were some other people talking about it being hot out west. We've actually had a really nice week here. So
yeah. Lucky me, I caught up, did all my outside chores, went through my garden, weeded it, and weed-eated and mowed both the properties here in town and started out at the other. And the wife's like, you're not going out there and weeding that garden and stuff. If anything, we're hopping in the pool. So we did that. That's good.
It don't sound like a bad call.
No, it was good. Me and the boy had a good time.
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday here. We didn't even hit 70.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a really nice week. It's actually a little unseasonably cool. Now we're getting back to normal. It's like right around 80, which is about what we're supposed to be this time of year, 80 to 85. That's normal.
Oh, man, we're hundreds again tomorrow.
Huh. I hope it stays over your way.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I don't want another. We had 2 weeks of that ridiculous hot, and I'm kind of done with that.
Oh, yeah, man. This is the next wave. You'll get some directly.
So for anybody here that don't know, this is Tactical Muffin Top. Vanessa already dropped his link. Y'all go check him out. Subscribe. He is one of the few younger people that are in our neck of the woods. Most of the people in this community are, around my age, but there are a few younger people who the light bulb went off and they went, you know what? I need to get ready. So y'all go check out Tactical Muffin Top.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty poor. There's a big age gap in prepping channels that I noticed. Which, I mean, we can all hang out and BS and talk. Like, I can talk to 80-year-olds and just BS. I can talk to, you. I got no problem. I'm not putting you up to 80, but you know what I mean? Like, I can talk to them because we're all just doing the same thing. We're just getting better for our families any way we can, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, but there's not too many, like I said, most of the people are around my age, give or take 10 years. So you and Mark's son, Merman and Press,
kiddo, yeah,
he's so, or the kids of the prepping community. That's what we're calling. How's that?
It's all right. You handle that.
No, but it's good that there is at least some younger people. Go ahead.
I said I'll get enough time to run all my gear if I stay young.
Yeah, well, it's good that there's at least some people that are, Landon, Mark's son, right, Merman and Press. Yeah, wise young man also. So anyway, Muffin Top is going to be on 0 Hour tomorrow night, I think, right?
Yes, sir. I do believe so.
And we'll be on Mark's channel tomorrow night. So y'all stop over there.
And that's 7:30 Central or 6:30 Central? I can't remember which.
It'd be 7 o'clock Central. It's 8 o'clock our time.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to throw an alarm on.
Just in case. What time is it?
I have an alarm for it. It's ready to rock.
All right. Brian, it's you're in West Virginia, so it'll be 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock your time.
Yep. We usually have a good time.
Oh, always. Always. And well, Landon will probably join us. He usually does, so.
Yeah.
We'll have 2 young guys and 2 old guys.
Perfect.
Who's 89? Trent is not 89. He says that all the time, or 98. He's not 98. He's full of it. I think most people know he's not 98, but he will tell you that. 98, you ain't 98 years old.
You might feel like it because you're working more than all the other people around you, but that don't mean.
Oh, you're in Montana. You grew up in West Virginia. I got it. Okay, so it's not 8 o'clock your time. That's still Central Time Zone. I don't know.
Montana, I don't think so. I think it's Mountain Time or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. He's older. Yeah. He did mention that it was his mom's birthday not too long ago, and he told us what her age was, and yeah, according to him, he's what, I don't know, 8-10 years older than her. So, okay, you're Mountain Time. All right. So you're in like Arizona time. You're in Vanessa time. Oh wait, yeah, but Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time. Of course, I don't know if anybody's doing daylight savings time now. What did they come up with that? Did they fix that?
I think they're going to get rid of it, which is good because it's like a huge shock to the body, and it screws up the natural person's circadian rhythm. So like a lot of people usually have like heart failures around that time, especially older people or people like already having issues. It's really messed up actually.
Yeah, I always hated daylight savings time. I thought it was stupid. It had the point of it was for farmers and kids going to school, and
right.
It's like it had its time, but its time's over. They need to just get rid of it. And I don't know why they talk about this all the time, and they never actually finish it off and get rid of it. So,
yep.
So they need
I'm swinging in kind of late. You've been going for a couple hours. Did I miss any cool conversation topics or anything?
Oh my God, we talked about everything. What did we talk about?
No, there's nothing left for me to talk about.
We talked about the government and the whole world burning down, and because of all the fires, there's fires in France and everything else now. And What else we talk about? We were talking about casinos a little bit because I worked in the casino industry. And I don't know. We talked about a lot of stuff.
That's good. That's
So
a good range of
for those of you who don't know, Muffin Top is out in the Corn Belt. So he can give us kind of the lowdown on what's going on with the crops and the farming.
Yeah, Nebraska. Crops are not doing good. I'm friends with a guy. He just got done replanting 900 acres that got hailed out. They have this stuff called 60 and 90-day corn.
Okay.
It's heavily modified, obviously, because regular corn takes way longer than that. They flat said, I asked him, I was like, did you have enough to replant everything? He said, we bought what we could to cover the fields that's going to grow in time. He's like, whatever we could buy. He said everybody was doing the same thing. We got hailed out, and there wasn't enough to replant everything. He said we tried to replant beans where there was soybeans. We tried. They didn't go with milo because they don't like to do milo. But a lot of people went to milo because you kind of just set it there and you get what you get out of it. You use it to feed hogs, but it's not looking good. And with all the fires and stuff we had this year, cattle production's down, which means cattle feed's going to be expensive. We were getting some relief because I know not everybody's excited about like the ethanol thing, but our ethanol trucks have been running nonstop. So like that's taking even more feed out of the cattle's mouth because you're getting a government incentive to process the ethanol. Yep. So you guys are welcome for the ethanol. It brought gas prices down a little bit, but not a lot of places in the country run the ethanol standard fuel lines in their stuff that they sell. Like it's an $800 upgrade for like my truck, but around here it's standard to have a flex fuel truck, you know?
Okay.
So like if you don't have that, it's basically like corrugated stainless steel fuel lines. It's an upgrade. So if you're not in a part of the country that runs ethanol and then you start running ethanol, it'll eat your fuel lines.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed the crops around here aren't what they normally are. And that most of that, we didn't have the storms, the hail damage like you were talking about, but it's the lack of fertilizer and the cost of fertilizer, I think, is what's causing the issues here. And that's not going to get any better because the shenanigans over there in the sandbox are still going on and actually getting worse. So.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, gas went way up here. I don't know if you've seen my videos. I was out of town for training this week. I was out of town almost 400 miles away. And man, gas is not cheap. Gas is not cheap. It's a little over $4 a gallon here, and that went up another 20 some odd cents from last week before, and then 10 days before that it jumped like damn near 64 cents. So like almost up $1 in under 3 weeks, man. That's retarded.
That's interesting, having fun. Yeah, it was $3.95 yesterday. I actually didn't leave the house today, so I don't know what it was today. But here, which was up from it was it was close to $3. It's like $3.20, $3.30. So yeah, it went up quite a bit. And that the shenanigans that are going on over there, we usually get a week or so delay before it hits the gas prices. So wait till the end of the week. It'll be fun again.
School season's about to fire up, so you're gonna have buses running all that diesel and whatever else transportation, parents driving back and forth. Like at the same time when it's kind of hit, it's gonna be not good. Like people that are making it aren't going to make it, and people that aren't making it now are going to drown.
Yep.
And it's going to be, people are either going to A, quit doing what they're doing, or B, they're going to change and switch to something more violent, which means they're going to steal from others, right? They're going to take the little 80-year-old gal's gas cans out of her garage and throw them in their gas tank and not care about little old grandma, you know what I mean?
Yep. Permit we could do live in the winter of sunrise. Ha! Yeah, it's coming, guys. I mean, they've been the prices should probably be higher than they are, but they've been sucking out their oil reserve and everything else to try to keep it under control, but that's not going to last forever.
No. And trying to rebuild that infrastructure. I mean, if it doesn't have the pressure of the fuel pushing out on those tanks, the tanks are going to pop. I mean, we don't have the means to rebuild right now and or the means to repair that. So I wouldn't let that go into disarray, let alone the qualified people to build that stuff, man. It takes some knowledge to do that stuff besides the material, you know, and there's just not enough people that work anymore. Like everybody just wants to sit around. I think a lot of people would take that basic check. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm sure it pays decent. So yeah.
Yeah. But it's just in your ass anyway.
But yeah, they don't talk about it. There has to be a diesel shortage on the way. There has to be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that strait's been shut down since February, basically. A few things sneak through here and there, but not what they're used to having around 100 ships a day, and they get 2 or 3 or 4
like 130, and they're bragging about escorting 7 through. And I'm like, what they did?
Right. So there's got to be, of course, they're not going to tell us there's diesel shortage because we know what that means, but there's got to be one on the way.
Right. Especially, I think they'll prioritize military assets. So that's going to take even more off civilian market.
Yeah. And when the trucks stop, guess what else stops? Everything. Yep. So, okay. I got to refill my coffee. I will be right back. Y'all listen to Muffin Top for a minute.
So my wife, while I was gone, she's like, do you need anything from Sam's Club? She's going to do a direct to house order. So like no groceries. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, let's try and get ahead of this deal. So we got toilet paper. We got paper towels. We got like a bunch of canned chicken. Well, you know, we've been stocking those Goodles now instead of regular mac and cheese because they have a lot more vitamins and they have protein and stuff in them. So like, opposed to mixing it with something, you can just substitute that for a whole meal and it saves you other things. And it stores pretty good. And we got a bunch more instant potatoes and just like some Alfredo sauces, just like some niceties, you know, but like delivered to my door. I could watch it on my camera. And I had my father-in-law stayed here while I was gone because I'm weird about security like that. So, you know, we had stuff covered here, but we got inputs shipped to us for free. So like I got to like call out a prepping order while I wasn't home. So that was kind of cool. So that was fun. So, I mean, do you guys do anything like that to get a prep ahead or whatever? Like try and lock in these prices now, because I mean, just what we talked about, like just something as simple as school firing back up for the fall, dude, is going to short a lot of fuel off the market because those buses haven't been running all summer, you guys. So that's extra fuel not there. And, you know, maybe schools would try and implement that. They change taxes, or they may short, you know, education from a certain sector to try and move money elsewhere. So maybe they'd can a teacher they didn't need as much, you know what I mean? Which means poorer education for the kiddos. Not like it's the best in public school anyway, but that that money has to come from somewhere, and schools are going to cut because they got to keep the buses running, because without students, that's their government pay, right? Like they have to have that.
Right. Hey, Texas Raider, what's up? Texas Raider who no longer lives in Texas.
Oh, he raided it. He's out.
Actually, he moved from Oklahoma, so he wasn't in Texas. I think he was in Oklahoma before he moved to where he's at now.
Oh.
Which is also not in Texas. So.
Nice.
Yeah, they've got to be running low on diesel. Like I said, they don't talk about it, but Evans Fire, good to see you.
Right. I mean, I was telling them, like, just the bare fact that, like, school buses haven't been running, and like people haven't been taking that diesel usage into account. Like, we've been playing on easy mode still, because we're about to fire up, and now it's going to be. You know, the trucks for propane are going to start running to fill up people's reserves for the winter. Like, Natural gas is a byproduct of oil. So is LP, your propane. So like all that stuff is going to hit at once, plus the delivery trucks for them are going to consume the fuel too. You know what I mean? Like it's about to be like a triple whammy.
Yeah. And most people, our little community is well aware of that, but most people have no idea. No clue. They're just going to go, what happened? What do you mean, what happened? Yeah.
Some people are going to say, wow, my monthly expenses increased by $500. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
So you can be stocking stuff now. If you have the extra $200, you're going to get yourself ahead, probably at least double fold. So it's not money wasted. It's money ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to pay today's prices instead of a few months down the road when it's even worse.
Right.
You guys use diesel heaters in the winter. Well, you might want to stock up on some diesel.
You might want to change heat sources.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea too.
Yeah, buddy heaters are cheap right now. Get them before they get wiped out. I love buddy heaters. I use the crap out of them.
I got 2 of them. I love them.
Yeah, that's my backup heat source. Like I have a fireplace and stuff, but that's the immediate turn it on and get everything else going.
Yeah, because you put one of those buddy heaters in a room and turn that thing on high, the double tank one, it will cook you. I mean, they work great.
Yeah. I can leave it on medium and it'll heat my whole basement enough to where like I don't have to worry about pipes freezing.
Yeah, they work awesome. They are awesome. We got one a few years ago and we got another one last year, and I may go out and snatch another one here pretty soon.
I picked up 3 of them so far this year off of Facebook Marketplace, and I gave them to people that didn't have, like people that had borrowed them from me, and they paid me for them. And I was like, here's the deal. You also need the propane to go with it. So a nice stack I like to do every time I go to Sam's, they have a 6-pack of the 1-pounders. Well, in Minecraft, you could rig up some stuff to those and use them for intruders. But in the meantime, they're also a tradable source of fuel. And or you can use it. And they're light. So like a grandma could slap that on a tank.
Yep. Every time we go to Rural King, we pick up like a 4-pack.
Oh, man, I wish we could Rural King. I would spend so much money there.
I'm running out of places to put them, actually. So we got a lot of them. But, hey, if the electric goes out or whatever and we got heat, I mean, we're not going to freeze.
Right. I just did a box spring delete on somebody's house. They're like, man, I don't know where to stack this stuff. I'm like, all right, spare room. I knew right where to go. I was like, spare room, check out this box spring and this frame. Shit canned it. I showed them the plans that I used. I was like, or you can just take 5-gallon buckets, put it under. It'll be a scooch taller than what you got. And then I was like, look at all this space you have. And they're like, oh my God, that's genius. I'm like, yeah, you do the same thing with the couch. Take the legs off, throw 4x4s under there, take a drill where your bolts are for your couch normally, put them on there. Guess what? You're rolling cans of soup under there. That's a lot of cans of soup. And nobody knows it's near your couch.
Yeah. I haven't noticed the propane buddy heaters putting off any moisture, but I believe you.
The tanks will frost up a little bit.
Yeah.
If you put them on like high.
Yeah. I usually don't run it on high.
I don't either. Usually low or medium's good enough for me. If you put it on low, it'll run all night. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah. Even on medium, the thing, it says 11 hours, but I think you usually get about 9 or so out of it.
Yeah.
But I think it says it'll run 11 hours, but I think that's assuming that the little 1-pound tanks are like all the way full, and I'm sure they're not filling them all the way. So you get like 9-ish.
Yeah, I got a couple 30 gallons that I have a hose with a regulator. Make sure you guys keep the regulator with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they'll run for days.
Yeah, they do pretty good.
All right, having fun. Have a good night. Yeah, I got one of the big ones, and then I got a small one that I use, and it'll heat a room enough that you're not going to freeze to death anyway. You
slap a blanket on, you're good to go.
So yeah, them things are great. I love them. like I said, I should go down and get another one before they start pricing them for wintertime.
Yep. And like I said, hit up, see if you can find a used one on Facebook Marketplace, man. I picked up 3 of them so far this year.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I rarely ever look on there, but
oh yeah, I just seen a deal where it looked like a prepper passed away. They had a whole bunch of freeze dried food for sale there, and I was like, dang.
Huh.
Like, it was a little bit dated, but like it was a good deal.
Well, that stuff's good for practically ever. So I've got totes and totes and totes and little buckets, the square buckets that we get from My Patriot Supply. Yep. I don't even know how many we got. Like, I need to do inventory. I have no idea. Every time they have a buy one get one sale, which I usually don't know about, but boxes show up on my porch because the wife just goes, "Ooh, buy one get one," and so yeah, I don't even know how many I have. I have no idea. We got a spare bedroom that's just full of stuff, and I don't even know what all is. I have no idea. I need to go up there and go, okay, how many of these things do we have? But one of these days I'll get to it.
Right. Now your prep's water, right? The water.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily we don't have any data centers coming this way, but there's one out. Oh, maybe how long does it take to get out there? Maybe a half an hour.
One out here.
There's one out by the one lake that they're fighting against out my, that's not, it's maybe a little more than a half an hour away, maybe.
Yeah. Because of that, I've been testing running a dehumidifier with my solar generators, and then using that water that comes off it. It's not, you can't just drink it straight off there. You need to disinfect. Right. Because what sets on that coil ends up becoming mold and dust and hair. And you don't want to drink that directly. But if I run it through a filter, like a gravity filter, it's water. So because of the data center thing, I don't know if you've been seeing like water samples and stuff from where these things are at, but like the water is not drinkable. Yeah. Like it looks like a toxic sludge.
Yep. Yep, they've been having a big stink about that here in Ohio because they've built a lot of them down around Columbus and things like that. Yeah, there's a big, I have definitely seen it. It hasn't hit my area yet, luckily, but with it being a lot of open land around here.
The wildlife and the agriculture, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, with there being a lot of open land around here, I'm really surprised they haven't put one here yet. And we got a river that runs right through here too, so. I'm really surprised that they haven't come down here and went, hey, this is a great place for a data center. But not yet. But they, like I said, they got one out by the one lake that's not too far from me. So
they're working on it. Give them a minute.
Yeah, they're getting there. Well, we got 2 people running for governor. We got Amy Acton, who was the doctor that locked us all down during the great toilet paper apocalypse, who apparently has all kinds of drug and alcohol problems. Yay. And the other person is Vivek Ramaswamy that's running for governor, and he wants to basically cover the entire state with data centers. So we can't win.
No, it's not good.
No. So this is why I don't vote. Because most of them aren't worth voting for, regardless of what side they're on. So plus, I don't think the whole thing's real either, but that's a whole other story.
I think it's an illusion, but I still vote. I'll still take any input I can.
I think, we talked about this at the very beginning of the show, actually, about that it's like a soap opera. It's like watching Days of Our Lives or something. It's cool to watch. It's interesting, but it's not real. So the people running the show you don't see any of them.
Nope, unfortunately not.
I am not running for governor. No. I don't want anything to do with any of that. No. Even the city councils are corrupt. No thanks. I'm good. But wait, I had a point I was going to make, and it escaped me.
No.
Oh yeah. Plus, one of the reasons I don't vote is all these billionaires and everything else are funding all these campaigns. Do you really think that they're going to put their future in your hand? No, if your vote mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. You got to run for governor, V? Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Be for governor.
Governor of Arizona. I don't even know who the governor of Arizona is. I have no idea. Our governor now that he's not running for re-election, is just doing some real stupid stuff on his way out. So,
Padding his pockets on the way out.
oh, I swear, it's like he wanted to. He shot down a lot of laws that like everybody wanted, and Katie Hobbs. Okay, I have heard of her. Hey, Shawnee Groves, good to see you. Rabbit's going to run for president. Go ahead.
Nice.
There was a kid in, was it the 90s maybe? I don't know. He was a goofy kid, right? And he was doing a campaign to get people to get out and vote. And his whole slogan was, if you don't vote, I might win. I remember that. So, but yeah, I mean, I still think if your vote mattered, they wouldn't let you do it because they're not going to put their livelihood in your hands. But that's just going to Rabbit Coyote for president. I mean, don't get me wrong, the prepping community, if we all got into politics, could probably actually make some real change. But
yeah, I could see that. That'd be interesting.
Of course, some of them would still get corrupt because they're just going to throw ridiculous amounts of money at you. And, you know, hey, some people go in with good intention. I'm sure there's people in our government that go in with good intentions until they start seeing dollar signs getting thrown in their face and they just go, yeah, okay. So,
SOBs.
I do not want to be in politics. No.
Somebody's got to be. It might as well be you.
Nope. I'm not doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's crossed my mind once or twice. It was just the local stuff here, but I'd end up hurting somebody and going to jail. So
yeah. Somebody threw me in for city council, or whatever. I'm like, with what time am I going to do that? I barely have enough time to do everything else I want to do.
Right.
Like maybe if the kid was out of the house, would give me more time. But like, I want to spend time. I'd rather play Legos with it. Like fuck politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All our kids are grown and gone. I still don't have any time. So.
Oh no.
I mean,
it doesn't get fixed.
Yeah. No. It doesn't get fixed. It seems like the older you get, the busier you are.
Oh no.
No, it sounds like, oh, hey, pretty soon the kids are all going to go. We're going to have time. No, you don't have a second to I don't even have enough time to take a good, healthy dump. So.
Oh, no, I like taking a good, healthy dump.
Township took for 17 years. That was in the 50s and the 70s. Okay. Yeah, things weren't as bad back then. Or at least we didn't know about it as much. I don't know. I'm sure they were corrupt back then, too. At least the big wigs in D.C., but maybe your local politicians were a little better. Now I think corruption runs from the top to the bottom. So, because like we talked about this earlier too, about you see these city council meetings in these small towns, and there's the whole population of the towns at the city council meeting. And they're all going, we don't want this data center and we don't want these flock cameras. And then the city council unanimously votes to get the flock cameras in the data center because somebody lined their pockets.
Yep.
I mean, they don't, our government from Washington, D.C. to the people sitting in your local little council room don't represent us anymore. None of them. So.
On purpose. They're only there for the pocketbook people.
Yeah, it's a free for all. It's a money grab, and they don't care what happens in the meantime, or what happens to you or me or your neighbors. They don't care.
Nope. It's depressing.
They're,
Actually.
they're getting theirs while the getting's good. And it's sad, but it's true. And like we've said before, if we actually went by the Constitution, we'd have got rid of all of them by now. I like Jimmy Stewart. There were some good shows. You know, I heard something about they're bringing him back because they can AI digitally recreate these people. So you're going to start seeing dead actors in brand new movies.
They're doing that on Facebook too, but like with your loved ones. They had a deal where if you signed it or whatever, they could use your likeness, all of your posts and everything, and it would kind of get like your fingerprint of like how you would respond to things on the internet and stuff. It would remember everything you ever said on your account, which means they definitely don't record that, right?
No, of course not.
And they would pay the person like $60,000 or something like that, but they could use you forever.
Huh.
So like you could, if you died, you could call your kids, but it wouldn't be you.
Right.
Like
it would be the digital
go
copy of me or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, forever. Like how messed up is that?
Wow. That's what we're going to come down to.
That's pretty messed up.
Yep. People aren't actually going to pass away. Well, okay. They're going to pass away, but they're still going to kind of be here. There's going to be a digital copy of them that you're still going to be able to talk to and interact with. And the more they advance this technology, there's going to come a point in time where you're not really going to be able to tell between the person that was here and the digital copy that's still here.
Right. Well, you get some people that like don't leave the house, man, and like they're gonna like talk to these AI copies and think like that's real life, man. Like that's got to be super depressing. That's your conversation is with an AI computer, and you have no like social interaction. Like there's a lot of people that love the lockdown phase of COVID because they're like don't want to hang out with people or whatever, and it made like a whole bunch of like introverts and like people with anxiety and shit. Like it's a problem.
It did. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, like people can't talk to people normally. They're like, like they just can't.
Yeah,
like fathom talking to someone. It's crazy.
Especially the younger ones. I don't know. It seemed to really hurt them the most. They got
them up.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's. I don't know. The world's falling apart. If you, I said this earlier. I said if you to go back in like the 80s or 90s and tell the younger version of ourselves how it is today, we wouldn't have believed you. We said, you're crazy. There's no way.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Good night, Vanessa.
CV. Pinkies up.
Yeah, we'd have never believed you. We said, no way. No way. Even if your older self was going back to tell your younger self would think your older self got dementia or something.
Right.
Great. I'm crazy.
Not again.
Yeah.
Interesting times we live in.
Oh, yeah.
What we can do is prepare for it. And my garden's doing terrible. I don't know if your guys' stuff's doing, but like my garden's not doing very good this year. It's like the first year. It's the worst time it's ever been in like the last 4 years.
Ours isn't too bad because we actually got some rain this year. The last couple of years, we didn't get any rain after about May. So
it seems like for mine, it doesn't matter how much water I give it. It doesn't care. And it rained really good here for the beginning of the year too. It's really weird.
That is weird. Well, they don't want you growing your own food.
No, yeah, I know.
That's why they're taking the seeds out of everything.
Yeah.
Taking the seeds out so you can't plant them. Seedless watermelons, seedless tomatoes, and it's like
my buddy was angry at the watermelon we cut up tonight because we had like kind of a shindig.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, you should have got a seedless watermelon." I'm like, "Why? Then we won't be able to replant it." He's like, "Oh, you seen that video too?" I was like, "Dude, that's literally Klaus' words saying that's what he wanted to do."
Or old buddy Klaus. Tell me he's not one of Germany's elites, the people that were around in the 40s and can't say the word. YouTube don't like it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if he's not one, there never was any.
Oh, yeah.
Old Klaus. And he's got to be like 300 years old.
Yeah.
They got to be keeping him alive through some kind of unnatural sources.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe it, but I guess Xi Jinping and Putin were talking to each other, and they're like, yeah, through our organ transplants, they're like, we should be able to live to 180. Like,
Hey.
180, like they're going to sit there and find the perfect organisms / the perfect host for people, whatever, to take all of their organs and stuff to be basically, live multiple lifetimes compared to most normal people, right?
Well, I could see Xi Jinping doing that because, he can just grab the people off the street, say, oh, this one and this one and this one. And I don't know how well that go over in Russia, but.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think that like the elite people probably do have that option, but like for us, it's just too cost prohibitive.
Yeah. Klaus is a couple years older than Vision. That's funny, Eric. But we were talking about that. Vision says he's 98 years old. Like, I don't think so, bud. I think I know approximately how old he is within a year, but I'm not gonna let that cat out of the bag.
But
he's definitely not 98. So
yeah, 97 is good enough.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I think the powers that be, now that they've got they're perfecting this AI and the robots that are going to follow, and they don't need us anymore. So I think they're looking to thin the herd.
Yeah. The Agenda 2030 has to.
Yeah. Vanessa was saying something about Project 2029. I have to check into that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, 2030 is they want to reduce the world's population and you'll own nothing and be happy.
Yes. You'll own nothing and Zuber eats the bug.
That's under 5 years, man. Yeah.
That's another Klaus thing. Yeah. Zuber
You want to talk about trying to prep, giving you a deadline of, say, 4 years because you want to do it before then. Like, 4 years to get as prepped ahead as possible. Like, if you could try and theoretically keep your family alive for 5 years, could you stock enough stuff if you knew this was your deadline? Like, it's probably the biggest deadline in prepping history. It's going to happen. Like, they're going to proc World War III in there. They're going to have the next jab. They're going to have all the stuff to thin humanity, right?
Yeah, exactly. Red Devil, good to see you. Eric said the only way to find out exactly how old Vision is to cut him in half and count the rings.
I like that. Don't do that. But.
No, don't do that. No. When Vision had his birthday last year, pretty sure he told me he either was or was going to be a certain age. So, but that's because we talk behind the scenes, and so I got a pretty good idea of how old he is, and it's not 98. But he is a little older than me, but not a whole lot. So, speaking of that, we were talking about Russia and stuff. Apparently, earlier tonight, Ukraine hit an Iranian ship in the Caspian Sea. Because they said it was taking arms from Russia to Iran, so they hit it. So I thought, well, that's a little interesting escalation of what's going on.
Right. Well, they want to cut oil trade out with Russia. I think that's really why we want Iran, and we're about to probably go scoop up Cuba. There's a reason why we took Venezuela. We are trying to be like we're basically securing the petrodollar because we know we're failing, right?
Exactly.
So we're
Because
going to do the digital currency or the petrodollar. Well, if we control most of the world's export, they're going to have to stick with our dollar.
yeah, and the petrodollar was on its way out. So I think they panicked and said, we got to do something because that's what's backing our currency.
Right.
So,
I think so, unfortunately.
well, good luck with that, Eric. We'll keep you in our thoughts. Yeah, I don't think any of this is going to get any better. Right? It hasn't gotten any better. It just keeps getting worse.
Right.
We were all freaking out and well, not freaking out, but concerned over the Strait of Hormuz being closed, and now the Bab el-Mandeb Strait is pretty much closed, or at least partially closed. That's just going to make things twice as bad as they already are, and that's really going to put a dent in China's ability to get oil because now they have to go through the canal and go all the way around Africa to get there, which adds weeks to that trip. Plus, I don't know what the cost it adds to it, but it's got to be a bunch.
I think that they're trying to export as much as they can to China. I think they coughed up a deal.
Yeah.
China's in a resource gaining economy, which means they're getting ready for war. And if we're not doing the same thing, then we are messing up bad.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the world is telling their people, you need to prepare. You need to get ready for a world war. About the only country that's not is this one. We're like, nope, everything's great. Listen to Trump. Best economy ever. Everything's great. Iran wants to make a deal so bad they keep calling me every day. Meanwhile, they're over there going, who's he talking about?
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
No. It's like the housing market. The housing market has just gotten stupid. Nobody can afford a house anymore, hardly. And
that's why we bought one real quick because I don't think my son's going to be able to afford one.
Trump come out and said he wants the prices to keep going up. So the people that bought a house, they'll have money. They'll have equity. Well, okay, fine. So eventually these people are going to die off in that. And then all the houses are going to be empty because nobody's going to be able to afford to buy one because the companies aren't going to raise your pay. They don't care. They're chasing record profits every quarter. They'd let you work for free if they get away with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's an interesting time to be alive, and this is like a critical moment where we can stock stuff and position yourself to be A, ahead of it, and B, thriving. That's what you really want to be, right? You want to thrive. You don't just want to survive. So if you pay your card, like my best investment, I would get solar generators, wind generators, kind of hybrid power your house. Why? Electricity cost is about to go through the roof. We're complaining about $5 a gallon gas and $10 diesel now. Wait till your electric bill goes up $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen. Like when the data centers start going in there, you really don't think they're gonna let you take whatever you want out of there, right?
Well, I said that earlier. That my theory on this whole electric thing is that your price is just going to keep going up and up and up and up. And the reason for that is if you look at all these data centers they're building, when they get done building all these, they need double the amount of electricity the country can produce right now just to run the data centers. So they can't just come in and turn off everybody's electric and say, okay, we need this for the data centers because people riot and go crazy. Right. But if they make it so expensive that you can't pay the bill and it gets shut off, then it's your fault. And I think everybody want everybody to not be able to afford electricity so they can use it for the data centers.
I think it's like I'm saying water and electric. That's why I was talking about the dehumidifier earlier. That's water that you can pull out of your air, and it's conditioning your air in your house, so it's helping cool you off.
Mm-hmm.
It's two things at once. And if you can run that on solar, that's something the government doesn't know that you're running in your house.
Yeah, well, until they get a flock camera out in front of your house. But
Yeah, well,
there is one here now. I've seen one last night. Somebody put on Facebook that there was like 3 of them in my area, and some of the people were saying that's not true and this and that. Well, one of them was on one of the routes that I take to come home from work. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go that way tonight and see. And sure enough, there was one sitting. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, there actually is one here.
dang, that's messed up.
Because you can't believe everything you see on Facebook. And like I said, some people were saying it's not true, and others were saying, yeah, it was. And I thought, well, I'm just going to go find out for myself because that's a long run, one of my routes anyway. And yep, there was one sitting there. I was like, I'll be damned.
I think it's 1984 in, as fast as they can get it here.
Yeah, it's 1984 on steroids. It's bad. It's going to be bad. Yeah, we've seen this happen in China, and we've seen the people get tickets, get arrested for social media posts in Britain, in the UK, and well,
And then they're getting arrest warrants to the U.S.
yeah, they wanted. Yeah, I don't know if any of the people in here know that, but yeah, they wanted to start arresting people in the U.S. who made
comments or whatever.
Yeah, that they didn't like in the UK. If it had something to do with the UK, of course, I don't think that got through, but they were trying to do it. But it doesn't matter. The whole surveillance thing's coming here anyway. So eventually, none of this is going to happen because if we say the wrong thing, we're going to be in jail.
Right.
And I say the wrong thing a lot, so I'll be doing life without parole. So. But yeah, the flock cameras has made it to small town Ohio. I've heard some other people. CB Farmer said he's seen one on a backcountry road in Michigan.
Yep. It's coming with a quickness, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's something going on because they're in a hurry for all this stuff. These data centers, they're in a hurry. The flock cameras, they're just pouring them out.
The bunkers are in a hurry. The food supplies, all these food recalls, I'm thinking aren't really food recalls. I think they're just stocking their stuff to let us suffer up here.
That, you know what? I didn't think of that. I like that theory though. That's definitely a possibility. But yeah, and they're like you said, they're in a hurry for all of this. It's like there's a deadline. Like they got to have it done by a certain time, whether that's 2030 or whatever,
Right.
They're busted. I've never seen them do anything this fast.
Right. The amount of life-changing events that have happened, like if you think about the restrictions that have happened and the laws being passed and stuff, like is the fastest I've ever seen it my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in my life, I'm 20 years older than you. So yeah.
Yeah. Like just the amount of things that are changing so quickly.
Yeah.
Like we used to not have a news event every 2 weeks. Okay, now it's every week. We have some crazy news.
Yeah.
That's by design.
Yeah, and it like you said, it's every single week, if not a couple of times in a week,
And now we're like getting numb to it, and I think they want that to happen.
Information overload.
Yep, because then you hit normalcy bias, and then you don't do anything, and that's exactly what they want. When you can't do any inputs to get around it, you're in their grasp, right? You can be acted upon.
Yeah. And it's working. I mean, most of the people, like the guys I work with now, they're completely oblivious to anything going on. Just, I used to try to tell them I don't bother anymore, but
yeah. Now they think you're crazy, and you try and show them a couple, 2 or 3 things, and they're like, "Oh no, look, everything's fine," but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's all great. Everything's all unicorns and rainbows, and okay, well, whatever. Yeah, it's unbelievable that just people are just blinded to it.
Yep.
If it doesn't happen in their backyard, until it happens in their backyard, they're not going to notice. Until they look out their window and go, "Holy shit!" They're not going to notice. And it's sad, but that's how it's going to go. Of course, we all know that. Everybody in here knows that. But and that's why we do what we do, because we don't want to be the one looking out the window going, "Hey, what's this all about?"
I don't want to be the guy where my kid looks up at me and says, "Dad, I'm hungry," and we hadn't eaten in 2 days.
Yep. Yeah.
I know I can't do that. I will chop my own leg off and feed it to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't gonna happen here.
Right. That's kind of what I got a video coming out Tuesday. That's kind of what that's about, trying to wake people up and kind of get them motivated. So,
right. Like, if your wife looked at you who doesn't support, and I know like prepping and spouses sometimes, like that's like a topic of like, it doesn't work, right? A lot of people, some people get to the point where like they divorce over that stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But because money's always a big thing in marriage, right? So,
Right.
like, man, could you, like, if you had a spouse that wasn't on board with your prepping and then something went down and they looked at you 2 days after and said, "I'm freezing and I'm hungry," like, could you live with yourself?
Right. I'm lucky. My wife is completely on board. Actually, she's more of the okay.
The stalker.
Like I do the survival kind of stuff and things like, and she's more, she's the stock person. Like I said, like the My Patriot Supply, all that stuff we have. Boxes just show up at my house. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they must have had a sale, Like she didn't even tell me, because she knows I'm fine with it. So I'm like, oh well, they must have had a buy one get one sale, because now I have big heavy boxes on my porch.
Yeah, dude, that's a sweet deal, man. Honestly, like that's really good.
So she is completely on board. She gets like, she come home a couple weeks ago with a bunch of water containers, the food grade. She was like, "Hey, they had a sale on these." I'm like, "Cool."
I'll fill them up.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. 100%.
So, but you're right. Not everybody's like that. Some people look at their spouse and think, they're blowing money on things they don't need, or, they've lost their mind or whatever, that, you're right. That happens a lot. That's why I said I'm lucky, because not everybody's that lucky. So,
no, that's awesome, actually.
Yeah, Maggie, like I said, I never had that problem, so I can't really talk on how they do it, because I didn't have that problem. We always stored canned food and things like that. But we never really got into the Chewy. It's the neighborhood cat. You're fine. Anyway, we didn't buy a whole lot of freeze-dried food until about Chewy. About a year before the toilet paper apocalypse hit. It was starting over in China, and my wife looked at me and she goes, "That's coming here." She goes, "I'm telling you, it's coming here. We need to stock up on stuff." I'm like, "You're preaching to the choir. Go ahead," And then we found My Patriot Supply. We started getting some of their stuff. We liked it, so we stuck with them. And so, now we got the whole room full of stuff.
That's not a bad thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, when it was the China thing, I've always been really good on food, because like that's how I grew up. Multi-generational prepping household, like grandpa, parents, all the nine.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, it's great. So like having a 1-year pantry. So I do a 1-year pantry, and then upstairs, like I call it my working pantry. I have 3 months of crap in there. So like if I wanted to pick any recipe we wanted, it's upstairs. So I rotate stuff from the freezer up there and everything. So like I don't have to come all the way back down, right?
Yeah.
But like that's just how I was raised. So like food's always been good. So I started really hitting the medical and stuff in COVID. I did like the respirator stuff to lock down clean rooms, stuff like that. The filters for the masks, like I really got into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the vid hit, I seen the supply chain issue, and I'm like, oh my God, this is a huge problem, and it's really hard to fix a supply chain issue.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the time that actually did get here, because like I said, we started really, putting our nose to the grindstone about a year before it got here, right when it started in China. By the time it did get here, we didn't need anything. Everybody was going crazy buying toilet paper and
Oh, I was selling masks for $10 a box, and they were just like the Dollar General ones I had just bought like 8 months before. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. Like, there ain't enough masks out here for everybody.
Yeah. I still have boxes of masks from back then. But
Oh yeah.
but yeah, we didn't need anything. While everybody else was panicking, we were just like, all right, you know. And the same thing with the old the jab thing, when they come out with that, because these time to walk the dog. Yeah, I got to do that when I get off of here. These vaccines take 10, 15 years to go through all the testing and everything else. And they come out with this one in like 15 minutes. My wife was like, nope. She was like, no way. And so we didn't get no jabs.
I got one because my wife was like, we have a new baby. And I'm like, I'm telling you, this is wrong. And then we didn't do another one after that. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, you probably just took 15 years off our lives.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, if you listen to somebody, now I don't have any personal experience with it because we didn't get it. None of our family got it either. But you listen to some other people and, there's the sudden death syndrome from the younger people and that. They're blaming it all on that. So.
Yeah, I'm real excited about it. There's some, I've talked to some other people. There's some things you can do to remove it. Zinc and B12 is like really good against it. There's some other stuff that you can do, but
Oh, okay.
I wasn't thrilled to say the least.
Yeah. Now, my son-in-law's parents are they were big Joe Biden supporters, and they've got all the shots, however many there is now, 12, 35, 84. I don't even know. There was a new booster you had to get like every 2 weeks there for a period of time. I don't even know how many they've got. And they're still around, surprisingly, but I don't even know how many there are now.
Just
but
and try and be as healthy as I can be, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep. Try to watch what you eat. Fast every now and then. Yeah.
I'm down 120 pounds when I started my channel, so hopefully I'm doing that right. But
that's awesome. That is awesome. I lost a bunch of weight. I was pretty good size myself. That was before the toilet paper apocalypse too. And my doctor said, you're not diabetic, but you're like this close. So, and I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. So, he said, just don't eat sugar, don't eat carbs, well, you can't not eat carbs, but don't eat a lot of carbs, And I listened to him. I just did, that's it. No more junk food and, no more pop, soda, stuff like that. And, I like melted away. I lost like 100 pounds in like 6 months.
Oh yeah, cut and pop is like the easiest thing. Like cut and pop and sugar, just switch to like tea and coffee, dude. That was like the best thing for me. I cut like 85 pounds just doing that.
Yeah. Good night, CUCV. Yeah, I drink. Now I will drink occasionally. I'll drink a 0 sugar 7-Up, but
I'll drink a 0 sugar Coke because I like Coke, but
yeah, the 0 sugar Coke's not bad. Some of the 0 sugar stuff is awful. Like the Pepsi's terrible. I used to be a big Pepsi drinker back when I drank soda, and that stuff's terrible. But the Coke's not bad. The 7-Up's okay. But yeah, I drink black coffee, lots of black coffee. My doctor said I don't care if you drink 5 gallons of black coffee a day, as long as you're not putting sugar and cream and stuff like that in it. He goes, I don't care. Go ahead, knock yourself out. So I'm like, right on.
Yeah, coffee's good for you, actually. It's good for your joints and stuff. I have rheumatoid arthritis and nerve issues with my joints since my back injury.
Uh-huh.
I didn't drink coffee until I was like, man, I need something. And it's better than being on pain meds. Like, is it back to square one? No, I'll never be. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not taking pain meds. So,
yeah. They say coffee is the best antioxidant there is. Black coffee.
Yeah. Yep, just straight black coffee, nothing in it. It's good.
Yeah.
I
drink it all the time, except when it gets stupid hot out. Then I still drink coffee in the morning because I can't function without coffee in the morning. But then I'll just drink some water and electrolytes and things like that. But I stay away from the sugar. I don't drink anything with sugar in it. I will eat.
Sugar actually feeds cancer.
Yeah.
Like, sugar's really bad for you.
Yeah, white sugar is terrible for you.
Yeah, like you get it out of natural stuff. Like just eat one ingredient, whole ingredient foods. Like you just switch to doing that, like a raw diet. That's what I did to start really cutting weight. Like, man, you cut the sugar out and you just do raw foods. It is so much healthier for you.
Oh yeah, and you'll just melt away, and you'll be shocked.
Oh yeah, like so I was bragging about cutting weight, and then my guy who was like having issues cutting weight and stuff. I'm like, well, what do you eat in like 3 days? And he's like, oh, I ate McDonald's and Pizza Hut. And I'm like, dude, cut all that processed shit out for like a month, and you won't like. I can't go to a fast food restaurant without feeling terrible. Like the grease and everything in it gives me like diarrhea and stuff. I feel sluggish after it, and I'm like, man, if you're eating this for every one of your meals, dude, no wonder you feel like crap.
Yeah, once you cut that stuff out for a while, and you go, say, well, okay, it's I haven't had one for whatever 3-4 months, whatever. I'm gonna go get a cheeseburger from wherever. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, God, this is killing me, and you won't want to do it again.
Right. Oh yeah, I had actually my father-in-law. He used to drink like a 12-pack of Mountain Dew a day. Now he can't stand Mountain Dew because he switched to tea. He switched to tea.
Yeah, I drink a little tea, mostly coffee, but I will drink some tea every now and then.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, tea, coffee, a little bit of tea, water, and things with electrolytes in it when it gets hot, and that's pretty much it. And the occasional no sugar 7-Up that I drink like.
Yeah, that zero sugar 7-Up is pretty good.
Yeah,
I can't really tell.
No, you can't really tell the difference. And like I said, I drink maybe 2 of them a week.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
But yeah, the Coke's not bad either. So.
Yeah, that's my favorite. And the diet or whatever. Dr. Pepper's pretty good too. It's pretty close.
I've had that. Yeah, and like the A&W root beer is not bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, I tried them all when I cut out the regular pop. I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna try some of this, and some of them are just horrible. I mean, just awful. I used to like
thrown in the trash. That stuff's nasty.
Oh yeah, I used to like what's the stuff? Baja Blast.
Oh yeah.
And if you tried the zero sugar of that, it's horrible. I mean, it's just horrible. You take like one drink and you're like, oh my, that's terrible. It's like somebody took a dump in your pop bottle. Oh my goodness.
Not again. Some people pay money for that OVP.
Yeah, it's crazy what people
might be a king.
But yeah, that stuff's awful. But yeah, there's some good ones out there. So
that's good. That's good. I think we're we're having a good chat here.
Yeah,
we got the chat engaged, and we covered a wide variety. I mean, super doom and gloom like 2030, and then like just like trying to cut weight and better ourselves. Like it's good all around. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and you know what? You need to try it for the people in the chat. If you stock up on any of these freeze-dried foods, you need to try it. If you've never tried it, go make some of it. Try it. See if you like it,
I agree. Yeah.
So, like I said, we started getting the My Patriot Supply stuff, and we ate some of it. And we kind of like this. It's pretty good, So that's what, that's the company we went with.
Your favorites, and, you buy the ones that you like, that you're actually going to eat, because that's a morale booster,
Yeah, they sell samplers where you can just try a little bit of, and you're not paying a bunch of money for these big, huge things, and you can try it and see which ones you like. So,
like my wife doesn't like this guy's brand rice or whatever dish or whatever. Okay, we won't buy that one. Or like she doesn't like this beef stroganoff. Okay, cool. Well, we stopped and tried it. Like when R and I were doing like the head-to-head with like Peak Refuel and My Patriot and like Mountain House and stuff, and like Mountain House is prolific in the prepping community, but they're not the best. Like the stroganoff wasn't the best.
No, I'm not a big fan of that.
Refuel. Oh my god, that shit is delicious, but it is not cheap. But they have like buffalo and venison in their stuff. Like it is good. I like that. I don't know if you've had a chance to try that stuff yet, but it is tasty.
No, I haven't tried that stuff yet.
Yeah, it's like $17 a meal. Like it's expensive, but it is good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Mountain House stuff. Oh, speaking of that, speaking of dehydrated food, I have some dehydrated Pop Tarts that I got to try. I haven't tried them yet. I keep forgetting about them. I put them in the the tote thing, and I got to try them. Granny's Country Quarter was doing a live stream one night, and she says, "I want to freeze dry." She's freeze dries like all kinds of stuff, and she said, "I want to do something different. Any suggestions?" And I was at work, and I think I was eating a Pop Tart, and I said, "What about Pop Tarts?" And she goes, "I never tried that before." So she goes, "I'm going to do some, and I'm going to bring you some when I come up to visit." So I have freeze dried Pop Tarts, and I got to try. I'll do a video on them because I don't know if they're any good or not, but
You're fixing to find out.
yeah, I keep forgetting about them. Like it'll dawn on me, and then by the time I get around to it, I forgot all about it. So, but they're freeze dried, so it doesn't matter if it's 10 years from now. When I try them, they're still going to be good. So,
Right. That's a nice thing about it.
but one of these days, I got to try my freeze dried Pop Tarts because Granny does all kinds of freeze dried stuff. Like her freeze dryer never shuts off. I don't think.
That's not a bad problem to have either.
No, I need to freeze dry some stuff. I don't have one, but one of my mag members has a big one, and he was like, anytime you want to come down and freeze dry some stuff, just come on down. So I need to go do that.
Yeah, I would take advantage of that. That's a good deal because
sorry, a few bucks for the electric bill because them things do suck a lot of electricity, but
right. I mean, I just I dehydrate a lot of stuff as it is, and I try to just do it that way, dehydrate and smoke stuff and vacuum seal.
I'm listening.
Look, whatever you guys got to do, like you don't have to have a freeze dryer to be prepared, but like you can buy a dehydrator for $20 all day long off of like a garage sale or something.
Oh yeah, you see a lot of them, and this is yard sale, garage sale. This is the time of year to go look for stuff like that.
Oh yeah, camping stuff. Like some people give up camping, they realize, oh wow, it's actually some work.
Yeah, right.
Like, you can get so many good prepping deals at garage sales, estate sales, Facebook. Like I get a lot of good shit used all the time. And like some people, like maybe it's a prepper passed away and the loved one wasn't into it, like the spouse wasn't into it and has no idea what it's worth. You can go there privately and be like, I'll give you $1,000 for everything in this room.
Yeah,
and
that happens more often than you think.
Right. And they think it's a good deal because they're like, oh, I'm getting $1,000, but you just pulled, 10 grand worth of gear and they just don't know it.
Yeah. Texas Raider wanted to know how Reba was doing. She just got a haircut yesterday. She went to the groomers. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing good. So say I'm just not so fuzzy right now. I got my summer haircut. So, maybe. Did you get a haircut? Yeah. Okay, get over in your chair. She's got her own chair because she has to lay out here with me. Because God forbid, Dad go on the back porch without him. Sports food,
right?
Huh? No, I haven't tried that yet. Wait, Red Devil. Swartz Foods. I'll have to check that out. Last year, dehydrated some great value can. Yeah, things. Eric, things with tomato sauce in them don't last as long.
Highest, right? Yeah, if you get like pasta sauce and stuff, don't get it in like a metal can. You want it in a glass jar because the acidity will eat through the can. So all my pasta sauce I make, and I can it myself, and I put it in glass. Obviously,
yeah. The higher the acid is, the less time it'll be good.
Right.
So
that's the same thing with fruit because fruit's acidic, and tomato, But like you get pears, your applesauce, whatever, same diff.
Yep. True that. Well, I should probably. Reba, you want to go for a walk? Where'd you go? She might have went for a walk without me. I don't know. Oh no, there you are.
Is
it walk time? You want to go for a walk? Yeah. I guess I better get off here. I've been on here for a little over 3 hours again. So
Good. I was popping in.
I will talk to you tomorrow night.
Yep.
On 0 hour. It's always a pleasure to have you on. We get some good conversations going. So.
Oh yeah.
So,
be over
like I said before, if you're not subscribed to Tactical Muffin Top, go do it.
Appreciate that.
He's another night owl like I am, so you'll see him a lot late night.
Oh yeah. If you need some, my Patriot Fly OVP has a discount code. Just saying.
Yeah, I have a link in most of my videos, most of the recent ones anyway. Oh,
Yep.
Thanks, Red Devil. I appreciate that. Thanks, Maggie. Always good to see you. Maggie is going to move to Ohio
Oh, there you go.
sooner or later anyway. So we're going to have another Ohio crew member. Prepping community is pretty strong up here in Ohio. Like I said, Vision is going to have that cookout sometime. He hasn't picked a date yet, but sometime in August probably, or maybe early September. And I will let everybody know whenever that happens. And yeah, that's about it. That's all we got tonight, guys. So thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow night, Half-Ass Ready's channel is the 0 hour with my man here, Tactical Muffin Top.
Yo.
And we will see you all the next time. So have a good evening, everybody.